Woo, man, just 4 days. Actually, 3, because the 4th day is the one. Can we survive it is the question. I mean, it's really a lot to endure. Thoughts, the media. The best thing, the healthiest thing to do is leave the media alone completely between now and then because they make you crazy. But we're going to do it today, though, because the dominating conversations around the Niners empire at this hour are specifically aimed at who General Manager John Lynch and head coach Kyle Shanahan are going to select during the upcoming 2021 draft coming up Thursday evening, April 29th. I wonder who's going to be there. I think there's going to be people in-house. They're going to roll out the red carpet, that type of thing. I don't know how they're going to make that COVID-friendly, but we'll see. The question beyond Thursday night, however, involves several more quarterbacks currently employed by the Niners. And tonight, taking your phone calls for your take on who will continue to wear the red and gold going into the NFL 2021, as well as who do you think is going to come in to get all fitted and measured up for a 49er uniform. Right here. Hey, here's the thing, though, and everybody's going over this. Field Yates of ESPN, he reported today that the San Francisco 49ers had finalized their decision on who to draft at number 3 overall. Well, if you were like me, you read that. Fields. Who doesn't know that? I mean, so, it goes on to say, I'm told the work is done in Santa Clara. Yates. See, he could have made that up. They have wrapped up their draft meetings officially. Oh, maybe there's a little bit of a hint tidbit, okay? Maybe that's why he said that. They had some meetings and it was made knowledgeable that they had just wrapped it up. Okay. They're ready to make this pick, but it's in the hands of Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. Again, did you click it? I'm just saying, if you didn't click it yet, don't click it. I mean, meanwhile, back at the NFL Network, a little bit more meat and a little gravy on them potatoes. It says, draft analyst Tony Pauline wrote a nice piece for Pro Football Network. I believe the decision has come down to Mac Jones of Alabama or Trey Lance of North Dakota State. Now, he doesn't mention the other candidate, Justin Fields of Ohio State, which would indicate that the analyst feels the former Buckeye may no longer be a contender, if even he ever was. This is what I've thought about too. When the 49ers made that deal, they knew specifically who they were going after, and they had plans on it. What's really conflicted causes really massive, it could cause hemorrhaging if you think about it too long. The 49ers didn't originally intend to go to number 3, according to some reports. They were trying to get in the draft as high as they could, and they kept asking, starting from around number 8 with the Panthers. They kept asking, because the more you go up, you're going to have to give up more, right? They kept asking. Everybody says, who? John. No, John, I'm not. No, that's okay. I don't need that. Fine. I'm sorry. Somebody will trade with you. No, not me. And so they kept going until it only got to Miami. And it all of a sudden says, yeah, what you got? And the 49ers, of course, gave up a ransom. Now, that's one story. I don't even know if that's true. I'm just saying. But if that is true, and they moved up because they needed to, that means Mac Jones, you bet your beat sweet booty. He is definitely in the mix. Because the 49ers know they can get Mac Jones at 8. So they still want to get in the first round. They don't want to go too far down, though. Anyway, I said, shortly after the 49ers made the trade, rumors circulated that Shanahan had his sights set on someone in particular. Oh, I do love media writers, and they do things like that. I believe that right there for you. I'm not going to waste any more time with that. But that's what's going on now. It seems like the 49ers have made up their mind a long time ago. They were probably talking about other things. And they made sure that everybody knew that the meeting was over, probably. Because the 49ers, when they do things, nobody knows about it. I mean, it's like I think they have guys outside with boots and helmets and rifles. Because nobody's going to find out what's going on in there. But here, tell you what. Who's here? We got Jimmy G. The backups are Nate Sudfeld, Josh Johnson, and Josh Rosen. I didn't put Johnson in the picture because I didn't think Johnson is in the picture on the caption outside the video. I really do believe Johnson was there last year just to train the guys on how to deal with running quarterbacks. So, the 2021 outlook, Plan A. So they claim is for Garoppolo to remain the starter and lead them to a Super Bowl win. Now, this late in the free agency game, the 49ers aren't comfortable enough to make a draft day trade of Garoppolo for a first or second round pick. Not only because of his injury-related lower value, but because there just isn't a quality veteran option to back up whichever quarterback they drafted number 3 overall. This is just speculation on a reporter's part. It wouldn't be fair to a playoff caliber roster to risk this season on a rookie quarterback ahead of uninspiring backups like Nate Sudfeld and Josh Johnson and Josh Rosen. You just don't do that, because if that kid goes down or he's overwhelmed by the NFL, these things do happen. A lot of quarterbacks come into the league and, whoa, what? Okay, let me relax a minute. Hey, listen, kid, this is the NFL. Let's go. So if that happens, you bring in Sudfeld and these guys. That's not a good thing. So, and Sudfeld, a Modesto native, had no starts and 37 attempts in 3 seasons on the Eagles. It's not going to get it done. Rosen went 3-10 as the Arizona Cardinals rookie, and can you believe it? Grant Cohn and I had an exchange about that. He says, "So do you think Josh Rosen's going to be able to beat out Jimmy G?" No. Anyway, before an 0-3 audition with the Miami Dolphins, then he headed the Tampa Bay Buccaneers practice squad last year before the 49ers signed him as an emergency backup for last season's final 2 games with no action. As you know, Johnson is 1 of 7 as a fill-in starter with 268 passes and going all the way back to 2009. Shanahan is quoted saying it's been tough. The 2 years he's missed, it's been hard to compete the same way. So we knew we had to look into that this year, I think, as everyone expected. We were hoping to get a younger guy in here eventually and to look at this year to where we feel we had a chance to do it. We were excited about it. Coach Kyle Shanahan said that as recently as March 29th. So for people who running around saying, Coach Shanahan had enough of Jimmy G, man. He sucks. Go get us a real quarterback. That's not the whole story. I mean, you can think that if you want to, but that's not really the whole story. Mostly, Coach Shanahan does not want Jimmy going down in a heap again and leaving him nothing to work with. He still is in that situation unless whoever he drafts in his unless whoever they draft catches on quick, because Sudfeld and Rosen are sitting there waiting. Draft expectations, this position became priority number 1. The second the 49ers pulled the trigger on that March 26th trade, in which they sent first-round picks each of the next 3 years, plus a 2022 third-rounder to the Miami Dolphins, and climbing from numbers 12 to 3. Or, in Shanahan's mind, this became priority number 1 in week 2 when Garoppolo sustained his first high ankle injury to further sour a tenure in which he's essentially missed half the 49ers games since 2018. And as big a Jimmy G as a guy as I am, that bothers me just as much as it bothers you. We need him out there, So, and I'm not saying it's his fault. There's some things that happened that were just freakish. So who are they picking at number 3? Some think and some rule out Justin Fields. I just don't understand that. National reporters have linked Alabama's Mac Jones to the Niners since the trade. And then there's Trey Lance. And he's got he's a dual threat sensation who's the most mysterious of the trio. BYU's Zach Wilson would be a dynamite fit, but the Jets, Benny and the Jets, are installing a similar offense and figure to take Wilson to number 2. The local options, Davis Mills out of Stanford. General Manager John Lynch attended Stanford's pro day, but Lynch annually returns to the Ames alma mater for it. Mills was a number 1 high school recruit out of Georgia before knee injuries hindered his Stanford career. That means he's got skills? Yeah. He should have a new team by Saturday night, 24 hours after the 49ers' choice. So he'll probably go in day 2, I guess, because of that problem with his legs. But the priority on this, fam, between 1 to 10, it is at the very top. So, your feeling, fam, on tonight, with all that you know and put together tonight, add this to it as well. What's that quarterback room going to look like in about 2 weeks? It's going to be interesting to see. A lot of these guys are going to stay in camp anyway because we don't have a lot of arms thrown around and keeping everybody involved that we do have in camp. I don't even know how camp's going to be constructed or how it's going to be assembled. Is it going to be COVID friendly? If that be the case, then what are they going to do? These are things we can't really answer right now at all. So, hey, you know what? I got Marissa McConaughey got a hold of me, and her dad is having a birthday today. The note says, "Hi, Ronbo, I hope you are well. My father has been a 49ers fan since he could walk and is very dedicated to both the team and your YouTube channel. Thanks, fam. He watches you faithfully. Today is his 51st birthday, and it would mean the world to both him and I if you could send a video of you saying happy birthday to him or give him a shout out on a video, which is what we're going to do right now. His name is Reggie. Reggie! Reg, you know, I tell you, man, between football and singing, I don't know which one I mean, Tony Nakatani puts down on his resume, he's a singer. I would never do that. But you know what? I probably sing way more than anybody I know who's not getting paid for it. Oh, I tell you, my neighbors have asked, they put signs on my front door. Hey, listen, could you close your shower room window when you get ready to sing? Which I thought was very unnecessary. So I will now sing, and the bathroom window is open. Happy Niners birthday to Reggie. Happy Niners birthday, Reggie. Happy. Kids, don't try this at home. Oh, it's birthday! Hey, Reg! Appreciate you, fam. And all kind of love back at you and your lovely daughter. Marissa! Hey, you know what? Let us get on into this. Tony S. says, King Aladdin is spamming. Yeah. Guys, let's not have us have the police all day. Don't do that. We don't spam. Listen, if you didn't know, we don't like to spam. And if you do spam, you'll get a warning once, and then twice you'll probably get something bad said to you. Maybe you get timed out, period. Okay? So please don't do that. All right? And JT Cologne, I saw that note last time. JT Cologne talk football or keep walking. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, give me a look at what that quarterback room is going to look like in a couple of weeks. Jermaine Jr., hey, what's up? With the draft days away, who do you feel Kyle and John will pick at number 3? I actually do believe it is going to be Trey Lance. I really do. I don't understand why they wouldn't want Justin, because he seems like the guy most ready, unless the plan for Jimmy is real. I mean, I'm still, I guess, because we know Kyle. He's not going to want to do this with a rookie. I knew that. But, hey, John. John.
Ronbo.
Hey, John, man. John, you've got things going on here right now that are going to change that QB room. I mean, does Rosen, does Sudfeld, Josh Johnson, or all these guys? I'm pretty sure Jimmy's going to be there. They're not going to be able to trade him on draft night because he's got that clause anyway. And not only that, if you did that, the rookie comes in and he should crash and burn. And now you got Sudfeld, Johnson, and Rosen. That's a very scary thing. So, what is it going to look like in a few days?
I want to remind everybody that in the press conference, they said that Jimmy Garoppolo is in the plan. So if you go by what John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan are saying, that Jimmy Garoppolo is their quarterback in 2021, and then you look at the draft, and there are 3 quarterbacks that 49ers fans are still arguing about. But I'm going to digress. I'm going to digress with that, quarterback stuff. But if Jimmy Garoppolo is the quarterback, they're drafting the quarterback if they are being honest to the 49er fans, that the rookie is not going to start this year unless Jimmy Garoppolo gets hurt. And one thing, the reason why when I heard that, and I try to interpret that and I try to put a little bit of sense to that, is I said Trey Lance is the guy for them to draft because they know that they would have to develop that quarterback. If they draft Justin Fields or Mac Jones, those two quarterbacks want to compete for that starting job. So they really do have a very serious problem, and that's the reason why the media has been pushing Mac Jones, because one thing about the media, that they love to do is stir up the pot. And when you have 4 weeks, after that trade before the draft, you have to see what you're going to talk about. And all the media knows is that Kirk Cousins and Matt Ryan and Jimmy Garoppolo and Matt Schaub, the quarterbacks who he's coached up, have been pocket guys. So the media says those are 4 quarterbacks that Kyle Shanahan has coached. And that's the only thing why I think Mac Jones is being pushed really hard. But what happens if the media gets it wrong and Trey Lance and Justin Fields are drafted? Are the media going to start attacking Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch for being, ignorant? Because that's going to be the problem if they go off script from what the media is saying. And that's the reason why, I don't listen to the media.
And give a bad grade for the draft. You're right.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Like, if I have to make a prediction, the 49ers select Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Mel Kiper and the people on NFL Network are going to be criticizing Kyle Shanahan. And then Kyle Shanahan, the next day when they bring in the rookie in, they're going to say, this is the reason why I want to open up the playbook. If they do pick Mac Jones, they're going to praise Kyle Shanahan. See, Kyle Shanahan is ignorant. He doesn't want to change. He's selfish. He's cocky. He's arrogant. And that's what they're going to say if they draft Mac Jones, because, it's really hard for me to say who they're going to draft. But in my personal opinion, if the Niners are truthful, they'll draft Trey Lance, develop the kid. Hopefully Jimmy can finish out his contract, and then they can put the kid in, because if they think they can win a Super Bowl in 2021, Jimmy Garoppolo better ball out, and that team better stay healthy.
That's number one. Can they stay on the field? Oh, man. Because they've already proven they can win, but they have to be there to win. That's the thing.
And then you look at the quarterback room, there's 4 quarterbacks: Jimmy Garoppolo, Josh Rosen, Sudfeld, and Josh Johnson. Yeah. And, of course, Josh Johnson is probably going to be the best of practice squad. And I don't know about Josh Rosen or Sudfeld, but at the end of the day, they're going to keep 3 quarterbacks in the active roster. If Jimmy Garoppolo is there, the rookie, it's either going to be Rosen and Sudfeld battling out for that number 3 spot. So we'll see how that develops in the months to come.
Hey, look, real quick question. Is Sudfeld going to be able to beat Rosen out?
Like Sudfeld, I don't really know, because there's not a lot of NFL, tape that you can look at. And, of course, the same thing with Josh Rosen. There's not a lot that you can say. But, I do believe that Josh Rosen has a little bit of a higher ceiling than Sudfeld. But at the end of the day, we all don't know. Like, we really wish we can say who Kyle wants. And nobody, the Mac Jones people, they have to stop. The Justin Fields people, and even myself, we have to stop, because we have to figure out what's going to happen. Because at the end of the day, a quarterback's going to be drafted. That quarterback is the future. And it's going to be really hard for us to, oh, yeah, I was right. I was right. But then what happens if that rookie has to come in and he becomes C.J. Beathard, throws interceptions, gets sacks, and you never know. So Jimmy Garoppolo has to be the quarterback.
We're going to see. Bam. Good observation, John. I love the dilemma that you drew up for Kyle Shanahan. It sounds right too. All right, we'll see you. We'll see you tomorrow. All right.
All right, Ronbo, and just like always, Niners all day.
Thanks, John. He's right. Kyle picks either or. He's gonna get damned if he does, and damned if he doesn't. Robert Slavin, he said Kyle Pitts, number 3, George and Pitts double tight end sets. I know, right? But you know what? More I'm hearing about Pitts and his not loving to block, I think, that's not going to work with Kyle. Hey, Slick! Slick Emilio.
What's happening?
Emilio, man, it's like no matter what else you try to talk about, the number 3 pick is what is going to take over every conversation. I ain't even going to try to talk about anything else. But I'm going to say this.
Yeah, you should kind of try to give that up,
Yeah, I am. I ain't nobody.
It's a hot
about.
topic for now. It's been a hot topic for the last month. It's been a hot topic last week.
Yeah, nobody cares about
Nobody cares
Pitts and
about nothing
Najee
else right now.
Harris or anybody else. It's all about that number 3 position. And that's why I say, you got 5 dudes potentially after Thursday night calling themselves the 49er quarterback, right? You know what I'm saying? How is that room going to get whittled down to just 3? And maybe Johnson gets to stay on the. No, he can't even stay in the practice. No, you can't have 2 quarterbacks on the practice squad. So Johnson is probably going to be the odd man out. So, and if they do get Trey Lance, if they want a running quarterback, they can have Trey bust a move during practice, if nothing else. Just to keep those the defense on their toes like they were last year. Because we got good with them running quarterbacks toward the end of the season. Go ahead, run, please run. So we're gonna see. Because Johnson had them boys ready. I mean, Kyler Murray's sitting up there thinking, man, we played the 49ers. I thought I was gonna have fun, man. They damn near killed my ass.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and running quarterbacks can be contained, some can't. It all depends what kind of day they have.
How good they are.
Good. And it's also predicated on how much they run the ball, not just the quarterback running the ball. Like if they got a good run game, like let's say with us, let's say we get Fields or Lance, and we can throw the ball, run the ball with one or the other, and then you got Raheem, and then what's our new running back now? Gilman or Goldman?
Wayne, from the Giants, him.
Yeah.
And don't forget my boy, Mrs. Wilson's son,
You think
Jr.
about it. If you got linebackers, basically running around the field all day, and then you got the front four trying to tackle it, it makes it hard.
Yeah.
That's why we had trouble with Lamar, and why we have problems with Lamar that one year. Why we have problems with Wilson every year. And you said with Murray,
he ain't ready yet. He'll get better.
But still, like I say, it just we need. I honestly say we really do need. Not saying quarterback that can run. Like I said, you look at with Lance and Fields, they play the pocket and can run when needed. So we kind of do need that. Like I said, I enjoyed it so much when we had Kaepernick, but Kaepernick ran a little bit too much at times. It was amazing when he ran because especially getting the first hands, getting the touchdown, it was amazing. But you have to play the pocket. Just like Young had to learn how to play the pocket, you got to learn how to do both. If we can do both, if the quarterback can do both, run and throw, and we can have a dominant team again. I miss those. Seeing the run, quarterback run when he needs to, and extending the play just like you see what Russell does. Kind of miss that a little bit. It's good when you see Jimmy do it or whatever quarterback we do it. They have it. It's amazing, but sometimes you just need that extra element to, make our team more exciting than what it already is. Mm-hmm. So I'm all for it. Like I said, to pick whatever quarterback they pick, I'm all for it. Kind of, if they pick, I don't want Mac Jones, but if they pick him, so be it. It's just can't do nothing about it. Like at the end of the day,
you'd have to figure Kyle must know what he's doing on this one because he's picked that way up that in the draft. He has to be serious. I still wonder if he was serious about CJ. And somebody said Kyle picked him because he knew he was going to be a career backup. And if that's true, why you need to pick in round 3? You need to pick up a career backup?
I mean, you never know where these quarterbacks going. Like I said, we always go back to Tom. Tom was a 6th-round pick, and you didn't know he was going to be a all-star like this.
Nobody
You know,
did.
he's going, one of the greatest. So it's just you never know no matter where you get your quarterback, you know, it doesn't matter. Even with us, when we got Joe, 3rd round. So, like I said, sometimes quarterbacks in the 1st round are stars. Some are not. Some are just bust like Jamarcus Russell. So it all depends where you get your quarterback and how determined that quarterback really is. It all really boils down to how much that quarterback is really determined and continue building around him. Because like you see now, this team is ready to win. All we really need, if Jimmy would take the next step, it would be great. We wouldn't be talking about quarterback, but it's just whatever quarterback, honestly, we get at this point is in the best scenario. You already got it. You got an offense ready. You got the defense ready. It's just, whatever quarterback you get, he's getting a good team while he's joining the team. So it's just all that quarterback has to do is
stay on the field.
Succeed in it. That's all he has to do. Stay on the field and succeed. That's all he has to do. Like I said, whatever quarterback it is, I just know the one I want, but whatever it is, succeed.
Did I hear you say I know which one I want? Who do you want, Emilio? I mean
either for Fields or Lance. I'm either or. Like I said, I may like one more than the other. It's just I like Fields more because he's played more. But then, like they say, Fields Lance might need a whole year to sit down and really, really get his game going. Maybe sit down the whole year. But it like I said, I'll be fine with either or, either way.
Because Emilio, when I look at Fields, I see a man who's pretty much hardcore now, motivated by the fact that he is his condition with the epileptic condition and that type of thing. This guy's going to come in with a chip on his shoulder every single game to prove people.
He is, but
I do look at Lance as a beast. That he's either just showing Kaiser or he's going to be an absolute monster. But he ain't going to be in between.
Yeah, no. I mean, think about it. I mean, these guys are both of these guys are both ready. It doesn't matter which one you get, which one's not going to be, I'm not ready or sitting down. It just, I just think, and everybody knows, maybe Lance might need a whole year to sit down, but now he's determined with the studying. He said he was, even when he was registered, he was looking at defensive play. He was studying. So both of these guys are ready to play. They both want to play. So either if we get one of the guys, it's not going to be a downfall or decrease from the other. Either one of them we get, I think it'd be a good decision. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's just my thing is as long as you're on the field and ready to win and get us to where we need to get us that Super Bowl, I'm all for it. It doesn't matter to me.
And that's what we need. All right, Phil. Emilio, good to hear from you early today too. All right, Emilio. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, hey! Have you seen the new patch that came out? It just came out just a couple minutes ago before you came on.
The new what?
The 75 patch. The 70. Yes, the patch. The 75 patch.
Okay. I'll see that.
You need to check it out. Yeah,
right.
It just came out. A couple minutes before you came on.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. See you tomorrow, Emilio. Have a good night, fam.
All right. You too.
Thanks. Get your groove on, 97 Big. Oh, a report came up last week. Kyle and John asked for a footage to see Kyle Pitts. Get your groove, man. Don't play with my emotions now. Come on now. How would the fan base feel if we draft Pitts and Mac Daddy on day one? Don't do this. Don't do this. You know what? Because I already got this in my mind. The 49ers draft Pitts at number 3. They trade right back up as quickly as they can with the Falcons and take the number 4 pick and pick up Trey or whomever they want. Has that ever happened in draft history? No, because you got to give a first-round pick. Give it 2023. Hey, Juan reckon if Kyle and John draft Mayo Mac, they will be out of jobs by 2023. Trigger Trey Lance is the one. See, I do have a feeling about this, though. You got to be careful about calling these guys masters before they get into the tournament. I still got this. I need to see a top 5 quarterback. I need to see him come in and absolutely take over because we've not seen that. But like everybody says, yeah, because they always go to bad teams. Okay, we're not a bad team, so maybe we'll change that trend. All right, Runa.
Hi, Ronbo.
How you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you?
Ah, great. Because I can't wait till this week is over, or this upcoming week is over,
Yes.
because it's driving me nuts. But
Yes.
Rona, how's this quarterback room going to look like? Let's call it by first week in May.
Yes.
What are you
Okay.
thinking?
I would like to take a kind of a different perspective on this.
All right.
I would have like two requests, right? First, from the 49er fan base. Second, from the whoever the quarterback that we are going to draft.
Proceed.
So the first request for the 49er fan base is probably 2017. Uh, Graham Bensinger did a very brilliant interview with Alex Smith, right? Probably you have seen that. So in that interview, Alex Smith spoke about his initial years in San Francisco. So he talked about how turbulent the situation was, how the dysfunctional level of the organization was, and one thing that shocked me in that interview was he told that he was looking forward to play road games or the away games rather than playing at Candlestick
Mm.
because of the the pressure that he was put into. So let's not do the same mistake with this whoever the quarterback which is coming to the Bay Area. Because if it is Mac Jones, I understand with the things that going on, the fans will not like him. But let's give him a chance. Let's give him a chance to succeed, and let's not put him through the same thing that Alex Smith went through. That's the first request for the fans. The second request is for the quarterback that will come in. Now, today, it was a historical day. Oscar Awards, Chloe Zhao, she's from a Chinese origin. She won the Best Director
All right.
in Oscar Awards. She is the second woman to won the award and first woman of color to won this award, right? So she,
Congratulations to her. I didn't even know about that. I
yes.
haven't watched the Oscars. I'll watch it later.
So the thing is, Ronbo, now she's originally from China, later moved to America. I mean, we can agree that we have issues, social, political, economical issues in this country, but still, what does that tell us? If you work hard, if you keep believing on what you are doing, eventually you are going to be recognized, you are going to be rewarded. That's the message. So, what my request is for the quarterback that is coming, we have a good coach, a brilliant offensive mind. We have a good running game. We have the best tight end in the league. We have a good defense. So you have the resources. So be a coachable player. Work hard and do what you have to do. Control things that you can. Forget about the things that you cannot control. Work hard and you can succeed. What do you think?
I fully agree. I, you know, you know what? The thing about Steve is sitting on the bench. He's getting booed though, whereas I think that whoever comes in this case, Jimmy is the one who's going to get booed unless he's winning. This is Garoppolo's the one under a lot of pressure this time because if he makes one mistake, if anything, and I mean anything that every quarterback makes, he cannot have that much of a margin. He's going to get booed. They're going to want, I don't even if it's Mac Jones, get that bum out of here and get Jones in. Come on, Kyle. I already hear it, you know. So it's going to be rough. They are creating a situation in the stands. But you know what? Jimmy still has a lot of fans, so maybe not. So
Yes.
it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I understand that. That's why my first request went out to the fans because we have to understand this situation. It's kind of a unique situation because of the weight of this trade that we made, 3 first-round picks, and there is, one third-round pick. So it is huge, but we know, as we always speak, in 2019, we made to Super Bowl and we missed it. I mean,
Yeah.
let's not talk about that. But
Yeah.
still, we know this team can do it. So
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
They got
end
the
of the
personnel.
day,
Yeah, no doubt.
right? End of the day, who we are as fans, if we do not keep faith in our team,
Yeah, that's so true.
right? So
But you're passionate
let's have
for it.
some faith.
I agree. Good time. Well, really, that's the second time you come in with words of wisdom to apply to the fans' mindset. I love it.
Yeah, and,
Right,
and
right.
and before I wind up, I want to give a quick shout out to John J, 49ers Ultimate Report. He gave some kind words towards me. Thank you, John.
Hey,
I subscribe to your channel, John J's channel as well. So
all
thank
right,
you.
all right, all right. Well, tell you what, we'll be back tomorrow and see what other,
Okay.
because it's going to get crazy between now and Thursday night. So
Yes,
we'll look
yes.
for that.
Whoever comes, let's support him because end of the day, we are all 49er fans, no matter what where did we come from.
There you go. All right, fam.
Okay,
Looking
okay,
forward to hearing from you
Ronbo.
tomorrow.
Have a
All
great
right, woman.
night.
Thank you. You too. And let me get one thing straight because I already see every time I see things, I was like, why? How did I? Listen, I didn't say anything about my wanting Mac Jones. When you hear me say I want somebody, I'll say I'd like to have. Initially, I said Trey Lance. So how I got to, if you want Mac Jones, I never said anything about wanting Mac Jones. Okay. Anyway, Salazar 49ers. Ronbo, I'll call in tomorrow to tell you what's good. Thanks for the contribution, Phil. It's, see, because I think I'll do a mock, but I'm not. I can't tell you, this is really tough. Wait, he's changed his name. It's Spy, and I never could pronounce his name. Spy Richard. He's changed it to Spy Richard Entertainment. Is at NFL.com just reported the 49ers have narrowed down to Mac Jones and Trey Lance. Thanks. Well, you know what? I just talked about that a few minutes ago because that means what? I don't know where they get that information from. They did eliminate Justin Fields in that report, but where did they get that from? I just don't. Hey, Tony.
Aloha, Ronbo. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, Tony, you sound like you're out on the beach, and Tony's in his car. They just put the screen up.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony, where you going?
Well, actually, I have some visitors coming to visit me tomorrow, so I'm running a whole bunch of errands around town. But I couldn't miss the opportunity to call in and say hello, aloha. I love you. Following that draft, that mock, which was so much fun to watch. So Papa Dragon, man, that was excellent. That was a lot of fun.
There you go, Pop. Well, Tony, delighted that you took some time out as you're doing your errands. I mean, wait, that's what do you want? And Tony, I'm looking at the quarterback room now, and it's kind of hard to predict. You know, Josh Johnson's probably the odd man out, and then Josh Rosen versus Sudfeld for that number 2 spot, and the new rook will come in and be the number 3 spot. Tony, how's this going to shape up? Am I on target there? What are you thinking?
So it's one of two things is going to happen. If the 49ers draft Mac Jones, I think they're going to move off of Jimmy as quickly as possible and try to recoup some draft capital this year and try to get a stud cornerback. Would be my guess. Because I think Mac Jones would be ready to start in Kyle's system pretty much right away. He has the same skill set as Jimmy G. And I don't think he's exactly plug and play because he'd still be a rookie. But in that situation, I think we'd be looking at the quarterback room being Mac Jones, Sudfeld, and Rosen. Things get a little bit more complicated if it's either I think Fields could start right away too. But if it's Fields or Lance, I think John Lynch is a man of his word in that particular instance. And then the rookie would be the upgraded backup. And so the camp competition would be for number 3 between Sudfeld and Rosen. So if it's Fields or Lance, we'd have Jimmy starting. We'd have the rook as the number, probably right, as the number 3. And then whoever makes the roster between Sudfeld and Rosen. And here's my thing about the Sudfeld v. Rosen. Rosen was acquired last season, towards the end of last season, before the Niners, before the end of the season, before the Niners rehired Scangrello. And Scangrello is the one who supposedly was what wanted to bring in Sudfeld. So in that scenario, I think Rosen's the odd man out. And I think he ultimately would be, he was, Tom Brady's practice squad quarterback last year, and the Niners would ask him to go back to the practice squad this year if he wants to continue to play in the NFL, which I think is, I guess, Scangrello and Shanahan in that instance know quarterbacks more than I do. I just like, Josh Rosen's physical ability and his big arm more than what I saw out of Sudfeld when he played last year. So, that's kind of what I think. And I think ultimately it's gearing up to be Rosen is the odd man out. And yeah, so how does that sound?
No, that makes sense because the knowledge you just brought in, I was unaware of, and I didn't even know Sudfeld brought in. And Sangarello suggested bringing in Sudfeld because I did wonder why. Who is this guy Sudfeld? And that explains that. So yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, yeah. So. Sudfeld is the one who cost Doug Peterson his job in Philadelphia. If you remember when he benched Hurts for Sudfeld, and then all of a sudden they're both off the team, a couple of weeks later. So I mean, whatever. He came in, he played fine, but he's a lower tier backup quarterback from what I have seen at best. So that being said, I know I did a mock draft last week, and I went a little trade crazy. My preference, personally, I would like to see Jimmy G be the starter next year. I'd like to see Trey Lance picked to be the backup and coached up and, see what we can see. The thing, the unfortunate thing about this all is if no matter who is picked at 3, there is going to be a lot of pressure on Kyle and to play the rookie, right away. And so I'm not sure if that's necessarily fair overall to Jimmy. And it's kind of it's a bad situation ultimately to be in because, if it's Mac Jones, I think the fan base is going to gravitate back to Jimmy because we like Jimmy right now, and we remember that. If it's either Fields or Lance, though, the very first time Jimmy overthrows somebody, it's going to be crappy. So just like Waruna has said, fan base, you know what? Like, I think we need to be a little bit dignified and respect the fact that I think Kyle knows more about coaching than we do about coaching, and have faith in him. And at the same time, if this pick ends up being a bust, we can't be afraid to be critical of Kyle Shanahan going forward because this is his big pick. This is the biggest draft move the Niners have made ever. And if this
Kyle
is a
too.
Bust,
Yep.
So if this is a bust, then sayonara, Kyle. Honestly, but I don't think it's going to be a bust. So I think Kyle's going to pick the right guy, and and we're going to have the roster is so stacked, Ronbo. That's the thing. Like, it's such a good situation.
It was last year too. I just really, Tony, the biggest thing we got to worry about is not the personnel as much as the health. Can these guys please? We got a 17-week season coming up as well. This is really frightening. So the trends got to change this year. So.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. One last thought I got for you, Ronbo, and that's just never before has a rookie quarterback been able to be set up in this way. I think the closest we've seen was Roethlisberger when he was drafted to a quality organization, but just given the offensive weapons, a good offensive line, and the weapons that the 49ers have for any rookie quarterback, it's hard to foresee any of these guys failing. So it's set up. We just got to see it. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Ronbo, as always, thank you so much for your time today. And aloha. It's good to see you.
Hey, aloha. I appreciate you giving us some, Terry. Yo, talk to you later. See you tomorrow, actually.
Aloha, sir.
Aloha. There he goes, rolling down the road. Hey, Jay. Come on in, Jay.
Hello.
Yes, Jay, come on in, man.
Yo, yeah, okay. Last year we had some amazing, offensive weapons, and Nick Mullins could have utilized them. So I don't know, man.
Well, be honest though. To be honest and fair to Nick. Okay, we lost Mostert. George was gone. Jesus.
Yeah.
Nick Bosa was gone. I mean, a lot of guys, key personnel left.
Yeah.
Nick still made well, it was just.
He
really
only
bad.
won like one game, I think, right? Wasn't it?
I'm not sure. Yeah. Well,
he won
Jimmy
against the Rams.
3.
I'm pretty sure only once.
How many did we win? We won 6. Somebody won 3.
Oh, 6, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jimmy won 3, right?
And 3. And between Nick and CJ, they won. Did CJ win a game?
No, I don't know. I forgot. Well,
We had to get 6
I
wins from someplace. Anyway,
yeah, I don't know.
but where were you
But
going with that point?
I want to make my predictions on who are we gonna draft and
Okay.
who I want them to draft. So I think we're gonna, at number 2, I think it's 50-50 between Justin Fields and Zach Wilson because I'm not too sure if the Jets are gonna take Zach Wilson
Jay, why do you think that?
because he does have a reconstructed arm and wrist. I'm pretty sure, right?
From what I heard, I've heard something about that. It was a shoulder, I think.
Yeah, shoulder. So and if Zach Wilson is available, I definitely do not want to take that guy because he be doing stuff in college that definitely is not gonna work in the NFL.
I know, because they say he thinks he's Mahomes Jr. Okay, another thing is, why would,
What?
if you've got Wilson or Fields right there, why don't you take Fields, Jets? I mean, the 49ers would be delighted if you don't because it gives them a
Yeah,
chance. But why wouldn't you take Fields over Zach? Zach has a,
yeah.
I don't know.
Justin Fields is way better than Zach Wilson
It appears.
because appears
Okay.
what?
They say Zach Wilson has the best. Actually, Zach can make any throw known to man. Now, I don't know if Justin can get through all that. But they describe Wilson as the man's a magician with the football. Although they say he needs to tone it down a bit with making throws just because you can. Because, like you're saying, you do that in the NFL, they're going to pick that off. So,
Yeah, they are gonna pick that. And I want them to choose Trey Lance because this guy has some raw talent, and if Kyle Shanahan is a quote unquote quarterback guru, he could what's it called, mold this guy into what he wants in a quarterback. Honestly, and I think they're gonna pick Mac Jones. Honestly, because this. Yeah, what?
the media says they're going to pick Mac Jones, and they continue to say it. Even I think they're joking, Jay. I don't think they're just doing that. I don't know why they would be, but they're just doing that.
I don't know about that because this guy, he talks about Kirk Cousins a lot. Him loving Kirk Cousins. He might even love Kirk Cousins more than his family. I don't. He may even have wet dreams about Kirk Cousins. I don't know.
Got a picture on his wall of Jesus, and next to that picture, he's got a picture of Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
I
And
don't know.
if you get like Trey Lance, that's like a guy for the future, not just for 1 year. Because I went back to the press conference between Lynch and Shanahan, and he said we got to make the right what's it called, choice. I think they said, or I don't even know.
Yeah.
For the future, not for just this year. That's what he said.
And that should be the case.
So-
Anytime you draft up that high, that's what you better be doing.
Yep. Yeah, I don't see Mac Jones, being a superstar. You see, I want a quarterback to be a superstar, not what Mac Jones is, honestly.
Well, see, that's the thing. Mac Jones is not, contrary to what some people believe, Mac Jones is not going to beat Jimmy G out in his first year. There is no way that happens, right? So, if you're going to go for that high in the draft, go somebody that's going to, at least put enough pressure on Jimmy or beat him out. At least. Mac's not going to do that. So, it's strange. So I try to know the media keeps saying that. So,
Yeah. Well, I hope they don't choose Mac Jones, honestly.
I can't imagine that. I laugh and joke about it, but it's not going to happen. Jay, we got to go, fam. I'll see you tomorrow,
Okay.
okay?
Yeah, bye.
Bye. And Denise. TNT.
Ronbo, how's it going?
Denise, sitting back here and watching the hours tick by so we can hurry and get through with this week and get into Thursday night.
Right.
And we don't have to wait either because we're pick number 3. So, but Denise, look at that quarterback room as it is. when they get through rearranging things, and who's going to be walking out to the parking lot with a box in his hands and all his belongings? That's.
You know, it's like honestly, I don't know. It's like I'm like you. I don't think Jimmy G's going anywhere. Even if they draft Justin Fields, I just don't see him starting right away. I think anyone they draft is going to sit. I could be wrong, but even McCorkle Jones, God help us. And Ronbo, I can't even listen to. Normally, when I work during the day, I listen to all the NFL shows and everything.
Yeah.
Oh hell, nuh-uh. Denise is. I'm banned from those shows. I can't even watch them anymore. I'm like, if I hear McCorkle Jones to the 49ers one more time, I'm gonna vomit. I'm like,
especially when they get all serious, right? They sit there and they got that look on their face, like, and Mac Jones this and Mac Jones that, and this is why we can assume.
Well,
and no, you what? Where did you get that from? That doesn't make any sense. So
here's what I think is so funny, Ronbo, is everybody's like, oh, McCorkle Jones is pro-ready. According to who?
I know, right? That's my
According
favorite.
to who?
Well, because he played with
Like,
Bama.
oh, he's pro-ready. I'm like,
Bama looks pro.
big effing deal. He played with Bama. They have the most talent of any squad in college. That doesn't make him pro-ready.
I don't know what they're basing it on. That's a good observation, Denise. Why is he pro-ready? Why? Justin Fields should be pro-ready then. Now, I can see Trey Lance not being pro-ready and Zach Wilson, but between
Fields... But you know what's funny, Ronbo? Trey Lance and McCorkle Jones have the same exact start.
And he's pro-ready.
The same start, 17 starts.
That makes no sense.
But Mac Jones is pro-ready and Trey Lance is a project. I'm sorry, what?
That
don't make no damn sense.
I don't know. I can't even begin to approach this.
And by the way, Adam Scheffner or Ian Rappaport, one of those dudes, they came out and they said, oh, it's down to two people. It's between Trey Lance and Mac Jones. I'm like, shut the F up. I'm like, you don't know shit. We don't know shit. No one knows shit. Because I heard that they were in draft meetings all weekend, and the only two people in the building who know who they're drafting is Kyle and John. They won't even tell the assistant coaches.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they swept the room for bugs and everything else before they started talking. There's no leak. So I don't know where they're getting this stuff.
Because Ronbo, think about it. Did any of us know that Joe Staley was retiring?
No. As a matter of fact,
no one knew. No one knew Joe Staley was retiring. I mean, talk about a huge topic. Did anyone know we were not drafting, I'm sorry. Did anyone know we were getting Trent Williams?
And that was a huge
Nobody
secret, too.
knew.
Yeah. So the 49ers...
And no one knew we were trading DeForest Buckner. Remember how butthurt all of us were when we found out they were trading DeForest? We were like, what the hell?
And that pain is going to be nothing compared to, because everybody's expecting anything but Mac, right? I don't know if Mac's, you know what, to be honest, I don't know if Mac's as bad as we think he is, but we don't want that compared to what we see with the other quarterbacks, right? So can you imagine the silence is going to fall over every house in the Niner Empire? Once the 49ers select Mac Jones, Alabama, and all of a sudden, that's all you're going to hear.
But you know what, Ronbo? Honestly, I have to say this. I honestly feel bad for him, and there's a little bit of Denise that feels bad for McCorkle Jones.
You should.
Because honestly, if he goes to the draft, like let's say that, I mean, I know it's all virtual still, but if the draft was in person, you know damn well he'd be booed. If they draft him and it was live, he would be booed because he is not the popular choice by any stretch.
No.
There's a few people that are like, yeah, McCorkle Jones, Big Show's one of them. But the majority are like, oh, hell no.
I know.
Everybody's like, McCorkle who?
And those big places where people congregate, 49er fans congregate, they're going to have to close some bars down if that happens.
No, I'm telling you, Ronbo, like, people are, like, the bottom line is, whether it's me, you, the media, I don't care who it is. None of us know who's getting drafted. None of us.
No. It's absolutely true.
Could it be Mac Jones? It could be Trey Lance. It could be Justin Fields. Shit, at this point, it could be
Zach
David.
Wilson.
It could be Mills.
No.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Jed would fire somebody that evening.
I mean, let's be honest. Your dream could come true. They could actually draft Pitts at 3 and then trade down and draft, McCorkle Jones or Kellen Mond. Who knows? We don't know what's going to happen. None of us know.
Denise, you have threw gasoline on a fire, and it was wonderful. We got to go. Woo! Denise coming in with that TNT juice. Denise, I'll be back tomorrow, and let's see what develops, because the media's not going to stop talking. They're coming up with things right now just to piss us off, and you know it.
Ronbo, I'm telling you, I'm like, no media for Denise until Thursday night, because I ain't going to be able to handle it. Seriously, they're stressing me out. I'm like, oh, God. I'm like, I at this point, I can't even listen to you guys anymore.
Denise.
But shout out to you, Ronbo. Shout out to production. Shout out to my TNT brothers. Love y'all. Have a great night.
You too, Denise. All right. Well, there she goes.
Talk to you later.
All right. All right, Denise. And she echoes the sentiments of a whole lot of people, doesn't she? Clarence Molina. Hey, Ronbo, remember, no leaks out of this organization, NFL.com, saying Jones or Lance could be Fields at number 3. I like Fields' intangibles. He and Lawrence been top 2 since high school. He can handle microscope of being an NFL quarterback. This is what I'm saying. He should be going number 2. If he's there at number 3, and the 49ers do take anybody other than him or Lance, it will be interesting. No, it'll be bad, actually. But here's a man who will defend. It's a big show. It's a big Bama show tonight. So I love that you got in here, man.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. She'll come on in and explain why Roll Tide is to be more respected.
Ronbo, you're asking us what the quarterback room is going to look like after Thursday night. And I'm going to ask you this question and everybody else this question. What do the current quarterbacks in our room all have in common? Excluding Josh, oh my gosh, what's his name? Josh Johnson. He's not going to be on. Johnson. No, Johnson. He's not going to be on the team. What do all of the rest of the quarterbacks have in common?
Let's see. What could they have in common? They all have right and left feet.
They're all pocket passers.
Oh, I was going to guess that next. You should give me the A, B, and C selection. True. So amplifying that point because I know where you're going with that, but go ahead.
And whether people want to hear this or not, Mac Jones has always been the plan. The 3 quarterbacks they have been comfortable drafting at 3 and make that move were Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, and Mac Jones. And who did they send Adam Peters out the first 2 times? Who did they send Adam Peters out to scout the first 2 times? The 2 quarterbacks.
Wilson, right? Wilson and I don't know what the second one was. Okay, it was Mac. Oh,
it was Mac Jones. Mac Jones.
Okay.
And so those are some people may think I keep repeating this, but you have to do what you have to do to get your guy, Ronbo. And Jimmy Garoppolo, whether he's here this season, I think Mac will sit for at least the first 8 games, and by the trade deadline, Jimmy Garoppolo will be out of here. And we could regain some of that draft capital back for next year that we lost, giving up what we did for this year, and fans will get over it. Or we could trade him this year during draft weekend or draft night and regain some of the capital this year, and fans will get over it again this year. They'll be.
So that's after picking up Jones.
Yeah. So it is what it is, man. Kyle's not going to shy away from the preference of quarterback. he has always liked since he started coaching.
And you know why you do make a solid point, because the fact is Kyle's not going to go into any situation uncomfortable with this kind of pressure on him. I do understand that. I do wonder if you might be right on target with that. He's alluded toward he's able to change.
He turned down Tom Brady, Ronbo. He turned down Tom Brady.
Yeah,
you never turn down a go like that. Nobody would be out of their mind turning down the GOAT.
Well, the thing is, I think he knew he couldn't control Brady.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. It's control.
Yeah.
You know.
You're scaring people, man. There's a lot of people who don't like him.
Well,
and here you come with this.
They have no reason not to like him, Ronbo. They don't watch college football.
Show does watch a lot of college ball, though.
His middle name, other than his name is McCorkle. They like to claim he has no freaking arm. They like to claim that all his talent made him look good. I mean, what do you expect him to freaking throw to?
I mean, yeah.
Who do you expect to block for him?
Yeah.
Some scrubs? Come on.
You know what? It's
He's coming into a good situation. He's coming into a good situation, Ronbo. He's coming into a really good situation. Yeah. It's not like we're a 2-14 team. You know?
Like Trey Lance is going into.
We have the best defensive depth on the defensive line that we've ever seen in a long, long time. Our corners are, yes, a little sketchy, but we have one of the best defenses in this league, Ronbo. And we improved our offensive line dramatically. And we're going to get a couple more weapons and tweak that offensive line with the right guard spot and maybe add a depth player for our defensive line or cornerback position. And we will be fine. People are freaking out over nothing. You know? You got to look at the success rate of the dual threat quarterbacks in this entire league. It's very minimal.
Yeah.
Playoff teams are one in the pocket, and Super Bowls are one in the pocket with a great defense. That's how it's been for years. It's not going to change.
So stop it.
Otherwise,
you're depressing people. Show. All right, listen. You know what? We're gonna Thursday show. Let's give them a rest now and bring some more tomorrow night. All right. Yeah, it's fun having you counter everything that's being said by 99% of the folks watching this program and calling in. So that's why I've always admired you. You stick to your guns this time of year every year.
Let's be real. Mac Jones was not media-driven. They sent Adam Peters out to scat him. That's not media-driven.
That's true. Show. Let me see you tomorrow.
All right.
Good stuff.
Shout out to the TNT fam. Take care, everyone.
Night show. Pablo.
Yo, Ronbo, what's up?
Pablo, man, we got to repaint the studio. It just caught on fire in here. Show just came in and pointed out some things that, you have things back in your mind that you like to suppress and don't think about because it stresses you out. Show is bringing in some points that are very solid, valid points. But that good sense is going to make Kyle look past Mac Jones, right? I mean, Pablo, who do you want? Pablo, are you a Mac Jones fan?
Well, I agree with Big Show.
Okay.
Well, let me give you my points here. We both, everybody knows this, since Kyle started, what type of quarterback he likes. Like Big Show saying, he likes a pocket passer that he can control because he likes to run the ball first, and then he wants to run the play action, so he can hit somebody deep. And Mac Jones, it's him. It's the writings on the wall. It's there. I've seen a lot of reports that Kyle wants Mac, and John Lynch and a lot of people are trying to talk him out of it. Like, no, don't get him. Get somebody flashy. The double threat this and that and the other. That everybody wants that shiny apple, like a Mahomes type. But there's only one Mahomes. There's only one Tom Brady. Mac Jones is not gonna be a Tom Brady. He could be somewhere in the middle, maybe like a Jimmy G or a mediocre or a bust. We just don't know any of these. Even Trevor Lawrence. I wish him luck because he's going to Jacksonville Jaguars and Trent Baalke's over there, so he might ruin his career.
That's bad. Oh God.
Yeah, but I like. I was watching the YouTube videos on all these quarterbacks, and as soon as I saw Trey Lance, I'm like, man, he looks just like. He reminds me of Mahomes a lot, like in his how he looks, how he throws the ball, how he moves.
With that rifle for an arm.
If I had my pick, I'll go with Trey Lance because he's a dark horse that he has so much potential.
Yeah, he does, and he plays under center. He can do the spin back turn to the defensive line for a second and find people. And he ran an offense, 18, 19 years old, a pro style. He looks good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You could tell that he's really smart. But I don't know if Kyle's gonna want to go for him because I don't know. What we all know exactly what type of quarterback he wants. He's in love, like somebody was saying that he's in love with Kirk Cousins. Mac Jones is practically a typical Kirk Cousins type of quarterback.
I know.
So at the end of the day, it's gonna be who Kyle wants. It's his time to pick the quarterback that he always wanted.
Yeah.
Jimmy G was a John Lynch pick because Bill Belichick spiked, the owner, and he just practically gave us to us for a second-round pick.
Now, the thing is, before Jimmy came out of college, actually, Kyle was watching him. He didn't mention him. He wanted actually the Cleveland Browns to pick Jimmy G. But you know what? Here's the thing. Now, things have changed. The league has moved in a different direction. And maybe Kyle sees something now that he might want to move away from. Maybe he does want a guy like Lentz. But why do we think Justin Fields is not on Kyle's menu? Everybody's saying that, but watch Kyle. He'll probably pick Justin Fields. You think?
Well, I don't think so. I think Justin Fields, he reminds me of Cam Newton. He's not that accurate. Yes, he has the deep passes, but he's just not sharp. Like, Kyle Shanahan, he wants a sharp quarterback that it's all timing on the routes, so he has to be on point.
Yeah.
He can't overthrow, he can't underthrow, he can't,
But he actually Fields gets accuracy grades. He's actually rated as probably one of the better ones here. I don't know.
Really? Zach
Wilson, I'm not sure what they're saying about his accuracy, but actually Fields is rated the most accurate guy.
Zach Wilson reminds me of Baker Mayfield, so I don't know about him.
There is some similarities, aren't there? And Zach has an attitude like Baker had coming out of school, which has been watered down since he got his butt handed to him a few times. He sort of changed his perspective. But Baker he's still that guy that'll come in during a press conference and say the wrong thing. I wonder if Zach is that kind of guy, though. Would that be funny?
Yeah, and I agree. And I agree with you that we should stick with Jimmy for this year, next year, and to train up the rookie, whoever Kyle picks, to train him up. And I think Jimmy G will do good this year, and we could win the Super Bowl. That we should have won when we lost to the Chiefs.
Yeah, if he's winning, if he's going into week 8 or 9, in spite of what Joe said, if Jimmy G is winning, and the 49ers are like 8 or 9-1 or whatever, Jimmy's not going anywhere this year. They'll finish it up with him because why would you change horses in midstream and you got a roll going, right? So, that's going to have to be the case. If he is losing, though, the rookie's coming in week 8 or 9.
Yeah, as long as he stays healthy and the whole team stays healthy, we should make it a Super Bowl again and win it.
That's the whole story right there, Pablo. Man, these guys getting hurt, man. I'm still thinking they had all kind of stories about that park being built on forbidden ground. I'm starting to wonder. I'm not a superstitious guy, but come on, man. Our guys are dropping like flies every year since we moved into Levi's. What is that? That's weird.
Yeah, and also with this, I didn't see it. I didn't see this us moving up to number 3. So at least we got off the topic of just talking about Jimmy G all the time, and we get to talk about something more
else.
exciting.
I know. It's so ridiculous. Hey, Pablo, good stuff, man. And you weren't afraid to come in because it's scary now to come in and say and support Mac Jones, and you came right in right after the show. So let's stay. All right, Pablo. We'll see you tomorrow.
Rebel.
All right.
Okay, talk to you later. All right,
All right, fam. NorCal Refrigeration HVAC. Thanks, fam, for the contribution. Lance helps Kyle keep his job for 2 to 3 years to develop him, and any other quarterback is going to be on a short leash. See, that's why is Kyle going to start leashing people up? See, that's what you got to worry about, fam. You know, you look at all that dazzling stuff. You see these guys going to college. Kyle's got the leash. Let me put this on you. All right. Well, listen. All right. You're going to be okay. But what I want you to do is, here's a playbook. I want you to go over that over and over and over again. We're going to get together on this. Coach, what is this on my neck? Hey, chill, pill, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil, Big Show is
I had to follow Big Show, didn't I?
Yeah. Actually, Show is...
Well, he's wrong.
Yeah,
he found Fred Warner, and a blind pig finds a nut, but it's only one nut. He's found his one nut. He's done. So, I don't see McCorkle going to the Niners. I just don't. I think you look at the numbers. You look at the PFF numbers.
Yeah.
Mac went to his primary receiver 90% of the time because his primary receiver was open 90% of the time because he had top 10 wide receivers every time he snapped the ball.
Over the field. Phil, I think they could have beat a couple of pro teams last year. They were just ridiculously good.
And the thing they say about Trey Lance, he's very smart. And I think the reason Justin Fields dropping is because there's rumors coming out, and I don't know if they're true, that he's lasting first out of the office.
Oh no!
Study.
Is he getting smeared? Wow! Because early on we heard he was really organized. He plans his meals weeks in. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's come out that that's the case. I don't know if it's true. I don't know, and I'm sure the 49ers are going to do their due diligence around that, and interview these kids. We don't know half the stuff that the Niners do. All right.
Wow.
But I just don't see, and what, Big Show says, the Super Bowl's been won by a pocket passer. Well, look, you take Brady out of the picture, okay? Then you got Mahomes, and you got all these other Cam Newton, and you got all these other kids in there that aren't pocket passers. So, I mean, you take Brady out of the picture, who's a rarity, and you shouldn't add him to the picture. Then you've got to go with guys that can get out of the pocket. You got Russell Wilson. Even in our own division, we've got speedsters all over the place that can run and throw in the pocket. That's what you want. You don't want to be limited.
Phil, the thing is, though, pretty much defenses have determined just about every Super Bowl except ours. This is why.
I know that. And Brady's had some of the best defenses ever in the history of football. I mean, Belichick was a defensive genius. But, he's benefited from that, and he benefited from Tampa Bay having a great defense towards the end of the year.
Oh,
and
God,
the defense won the game.
Nobody's ran
and he also
Mahomes
benefited from Kansas City having both their tackles out. So,
they fixed that. So, that's...
But anyway, I really think that Kyle isn't set on a pocket passer. I think he wants the best of both. We're going to stack winning Super Bowls with John Elway and Steve Young.
Yeah.
I mean, hello, they're both mobile quarterbacks at their time. I mean, John slowed down towards the end of his career, but
he still was winning.
He was a mobile quarterback early on in his career.
Yeah.
And so, that's a fallacy. I just think that all this stuff coming out, nobody knows nothing, and you know, I'm interested in who they pick there, but I don't think he's going to play much. I think, like you said, he's going to be the third string quarterback, and I think it's going to be competition between Rosen and Sudfeld and as the second string quarterback. And Kyle doesn't like to play rookies. He doesn't.
And you know, it's clear, too. That's why I knew way back when everybody's arguing, yep, we're going to trade Jimmy night of the draft. People forgot that Jimmy has a clause. You know, before, Kyle doesn't like rookies like
Jimmy
that.
Going after next year, you know, I can see after this year, Jimmy, you know, raising his trade stock and
I can get something for him.
Getting rid of him and getting up the.
But meanwhile, Kyle's going to make sure that the kid he's bringing in is not C.J. Beathard. He's going to want to, So he's got to get him up to speed.
And so I just laugh. I laugh at this stuff. It's pretty humorous.
You know,
some of these mock drafts, and everybody going speculation. And, you know, do they really know what the Niner needs are? And then they say, you know, like your last guy, he said, draft 2 safeties. We don't need 2 safeties. You know, it's just
Papa Dragon. Yeah.
I don't see that. Yeah, well, I just don't see that. I mean, I look at what our needs are, and I think there's going to be some good corners and wide receivers there for us to pick up in the second and third rounds. And I know we're going to go a quarterback in the first round. Who it is, nobody knows. But I think trust Kyle to pick the guy he wants and thinks he can succeed with. And go with that. That's it.
That's all I can do. And pray for health. I mean, I want everybody in the 49er Empire, please, no matter who you worship, talk to him, her, anything. Can the 49ers please stay the hell on the field?
This is an off year. Last year was an injury year. The year before was a good year. The year before that was a bad year. So I think this is going to be a good year.
We were hurt in 2019. We were just so in depth that we survived.
Only because we have so much depth. But, you know, you look at some of these other teams this year, they don't have the depth.
Yeah, I know,
you look at the Rams. Any of their big guys go down, they're done. They're done.
Phil, we got to go. Wait, let me see
All
tomorrow,
right,
Phil. There's no telling what's going to happen between now and tomorrow. Watch those notifications on that phone.
All right.
All right, Phil. Have a good night.
Take care. Bye.
You too. Bye. 49 Lakers says, I don't care if we bust taking a chance on Trey Lance, but if we came all the way for Mac Jones, I want Kyle fired. 49 Lakers, thanks for that contribution. See, there's a lot of brutal anger and hostility, even thinking about that happening at number 3. Here he comes. You talk about a guy that is really not going to be happy as we bring in, forget about it, it's Niner Mike. Oh, Mikey. Oh, my Mikey. Mikey. Niner Mike. Mike, I hope Mike didn't overdo it this time and laid himself out. Michael! It's Michael. He's got to get his headset on. Mike, we're looking for you, Mike. I see you now. You're trying to get yourself together.
Mute.
Yeah, there you
go. All right, you there?
I'm here, Mike.
Yeah.
Come on in. Give me some of that Michael perspective. We haven't heard from you in a long time, Michael. Where you been, man?
No, we haven't.
Oh, maybe you called in instead of Zoom in?
No, I Zoom all the time. I wanted to say something about all of your callers that are clueless of what a real quarterback is. Mac Jones is the smartest quarterback in this entire draft, bar none. Justin Fields is going to be a huge bust. Watch the Indiana game. He cannot handle pressure whatsoever. Watch the Indiana game. Go on YouTube, watch Indiana versus Ohio State, Justin Fields. Cannot handle the pressure.
That's the first time. I'm going to do that. I really want to know. Yes. Okay.
You watch it and you will agree with me 1,000,000%. Trey Lance, love it. He's just not going to be the pick. He wants somebody that's very smart in the pocket. Trey Lance is smart in the pocket too. Don't get me wrong. But Mac Jones is just going to be the pick. That's just, if Zach Wilson falls and the Jets don't pick him for some reason, that will be the pick.
Okay, now.
But as far as Mac Jones goes, he's the smartest in the draft.
Mike, elaborate though. Now you said Mac Jones is the sharpest guy in the draft, but now you went to Zach Wilson. Now why is Zach considered a brilliant mind out there too?
Zach Wilson's got a good mind. I'm not saying Justin Fields don't have a good mind neither. Justin Fields just can't handle pressure. That is his one weakness, period.
Neither Mike.
Trey Lance has the biggest upside of anybody. He's got a good mind. He just don't have a Mac. Mac Jones is the Joe Montana brain of the NFL draft.
Joe.
It is what it is. Go ahead.
Mike, that's saying something there. Did you go too far? Really? Do you think he's got that?
No.
You think he's that kind of sharp?
I'm telling you, he's a genius. He's got a photographic memory. He will have Kyle Shanahan's playbook learned within 1 week.
Damn.
That type of genius. Yes, he's a genius.
Mike, do you watch Bama football? I mean, how do you know so much about
I watch every football 365 days a year, 20 hours a day, baby. It ain't that much. It's probably 15 hours a day.
Well, you got to get some sleep in there somewhere.
I got to, I do sleep, but I'm telling you.
How about a couple of meals?
I watch football. Yeah. I've probably watched 25 or 30 games today alone. Not games. Well, yeah, they are games because I watch, I go on YouTube and I type in, let's say, Zach Fields versus, and it'll bring up the different games and it'll show just all of his snaps. You don't have to watch the whole game. You can condense his game down to 5 minutes. So I probably watch 15, 20 games a day, every day. It don't take that long to do, an hour.
If I was like Jed York and didn't know anything about football, a lot like Jed doesn't, and you came in and gave me that pitch, you'd have my attention, actually. That's a pretty good argument, Michael. You and Big Show, and Pablo just supports it because of the facts that... No, make that comparison, though, between... You've already said Joe... Kirk Cousins being the prototype that you want to work around, and is Kyle willing to maybe alter his thinking a little bit? And from what you're saying, that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. Zach Wilson will be the pick if he falls to us. Mac Jones will probably be the pick because I don't think the Jets are going to allow Zach Wilson to be an honor. Yeah.
Here it is.
And it's everybody can wish Kyle Pitts or wish, these other things. They didn't give up 3 first-round picks to get a tight end, a wide receiver, an offensive lineman. It's quarterback. You don't give up that change without it being a quarterback. Ain't no team ever going to give that up.
Yeah, that's too far of a draft.
It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I've been fantasizing otherwise, but I'm pretty sure that's true. So
now watch a Mike McGlinchey trade to Indy on draft night.
Because of what are they going to do with right tackle? We picking up Slater?
I think Brunskill's going to be the right tackle. Daniel Brunskill, anytime he's played right tackle, left tackle, he didn't give up 0 sacks. He gave up some at center, but he's not a center. He's not a center. Yeah, he's a tackle. He's not a right guard neither. He's a tackle. When they played him,
now, Mike, remember
at right tackles gave up 0 sacks.
You're giving up one of the best run tackles in the game, though, in McGlinchey. Is that gonna hurt us?
No, I think, I don't think so.
All right.
The reason why I say he's going to Indy is because they were thinking about moving their star left guard, who played with Mike McGlinchey. They were thinking about moving him to left tackle because they need a left tackle.
Yeah,
Quentin Williams, yes. Yeah. And they came out with a decision that they're going to leave Quentin Williams at left guard, but they do need a left tackle. Well, who played in college besides Quentin Williams? Mike McGlinchey.
All right, Mike. Good stuff. You shook things up. I love it.
I just think that's what they're looking at.
And somebody else mentioned this weeks ago, so you could be onto something.
Yeah,
there.
they came out 3 or 4 months ago that they were looking to trade for Mike McGlinchey, and the Niners shot him down.
All right.
But I mean, a rumor was around maybe 2 months, 3 months ago, somewhere in there.
All right, great stuff, Mike. We're gonna go, and I'd love to see you tomorrow, all during the week. Actually, I love.
Yeah, I'm gonna be busy. I got a ton of work to do.
You got more games to watch. All right, Mike.
Yeah.
Good to hear from you.
All right.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. This week, the last 2 weeks has been so much fun because of these kind of calls. Hey, Nana, Mike, where you at, man? Nana, Mike? Nana, Mike. He's probably working on something in the kitchen. Hey, Tom.
Ronbo.
Well, Tom, I didn't expect tonight to turn into what it's turned into, and between the Big Show and Mike and Pablo, and did somebody else say anything else? I've never seen so many points for Big Mac.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh God!
Tom, throw some. Is this Tommy Huxley, Tom?
Yes, sir.
Tom, give us something to. There's a lot of people out there. I've seen some obscenities being placed into the chat. I think you should calm people down. Tommy, can you counter Big Show and Michael?
This is ridiculous. This guy is Jimmy G 2.0, everybody knows, with the dad bod. I mean, he could just throw the ball up in the air and you have his top 10 first-round draft picks catch it. He's got Najee Harris. He's got the best offensive line in college football. I think Josh Rosen could have won the national championship in Alabama.
Well, you know what? Rosen did well at UCLA, so yeah, you're right. He definitely, with all those weapons they got in Bama,
And they're like, he won the national championship. I'm like, Matt Leinart won 2 national championships. What did he do in the NFL? Absolutely nothing.
See, this is the thing. This is what worries me about quarterbacks coming out of school that were just lighting it up. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to light it up in the NFL. And that goes for all of them. And you know what's so funny, Tommy? It's the ones in the first round that are the scariest. You get that kid that's in the second, third, and fourth round, he comes in and owns the league. You look around the league, how many first-round picks are running the game? Quarterbacks.
Not that many.
Mahomes,
Mahomes,
Roethlisberger.
Watson.
I think Roethlisberger was, Watson's having a hell of a time with the NFL. He had one season and he beat his butt out of the playoffs that year. Who else? I mean, you look at Russell Wilson's domination down through the years.
Wentz, he's not that good, though.
Yeah, Carson, his issue was getting hurt at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Carson was good.
And he had bad coaching. And his coaching was horrible, so.
Yeah. Jared Goff, I don't know what to say about Jared Goff. Jared got the Super Bowl, though.
He sucked.
Yeah. But look at Jameis Winston. You look at Mariota. I thought those two were good. Man, those guys were like kicking butt coming out of school. Last year.
I like Marcus Mariota, though.
Well, yeah. He just didn't get a very good deal, I guess, where he was playing. You look at last year, Burrow, they took his legs out. He wasn't doing that bad, though. He needs a better team. He's going to be. Trevor Lawrence is going to see the same action. Watch what happens to him this year. It's rough when you're first round pick.
I'm calling him a bust. I'm calling him and Zach Wilson a bust if they go to their respective teams that we think of they're going to.
You're right, Tommy.
But let me get this straight. Let me clarify. Mac Jones is not trash. He's a good QB. It's just you already know his ups. You already know where he's at. His upside.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Here's trouble is here.
Are you talking to Rambo?
Trouble's here.
I love the way she slides in like that.
Are you embarrassed of me?
You're talking to your bestie on the phone.
Rambo. Hello, Rambo.
Hello, Maria. I tell you,
How's it going? Who's going to
absolutely.
win 49ers?
Yes,
Who's
indeed.
gonna win? We're in the off season right now.
Why are you talking?
We're talking about the draft. It's
What?
Thursday night.
But why are you talking that they're not even playing?
The draft is Thursday.
But today's Sunday, love. What's the point? I don't get it.
Here we go.
Don't get it. Are you watching the Oscars?
Yeah.
We're not waiting. How is he watching Oscars when he's on going live right now?
I'm a fan of Viola Davis. Are you not watching?
Viola Davis is.
Is she going to win, in your opinion? I need to know. Are you voting for her?
Tommy, you need to answer a question.
No, he's asking you.
I'm asking you, love.
Oh, ask him.
Rambo.
I'm not watching now. Can I get? I can answer those questions more. I like the Oscars and all the Grammys. I love answering these. I'm gonna go watch later and get back to you.
Okay.
All right.
You'll get back to me. Let me
I
know
promise.
what you think.
I'm gonna be
and
ready.
Who you think was the best dress?
Yes. Give me
Okay.
some.
Let me know. Okay, love. I'll let you go.
All right. Yeah, and give me some really tough questions. I'll be ready.
I miss you.
Jesus.
Don't
That
get
was
mad.
short, sweet.
She's absolutely adorable. I love the way she does that. I always think there's a camera on you guys. You guys doing a virtual show or something. She is way too good at this.
Yeah, she is. She's something else. Anyway.
Hey, but anyway, y'all, Tommy, we got 30 seconds. Go ahead and finish that up.
Sure. Well, I was just saying, I went on the Grant Cohn phone, and he seems to think that Mike Shanahan wants Mac Jones, and that Kyle is listening to his dad, and he should just say, "No, Dad,
Whoa.
I don't want Mac Jones. I want my guy." But we don't know who his guy is.
Hey,
So
nobody's...
everybody's saying it's Mac Jones. We don't know. Nobody knows. So
It's so funny because that's an angle nobody was taking. Nobody thought for 1 minute that Kyle is actually having to deal with his father on this matter. Not to that degree. Tommy,
Yeah.
this may develop and grow legs within the next couple of days. Tommy,
exactly.
we'll see you tomorrow, okay?
All right. Well, it was a pleasure as usual, and
It's always. Every time
all right,
every time
Sam. Thanks for having me.
What is your wife's name again? Is it Maria? Am I
Anna
right?
Maria.
Anna Maria. Every time she comes in, I feel like I'm watching a sitcom. You guys are hilarious.
Thank you.
That's,
All right, Niners all day, baby.
That's a day.
See you tomorrow.
All right, Tommy. Hey.
Night.
Night, Tommy. Anna Maria. Hey, Bethel.
Hey, what's up, Rumble?
Bethel, man, we're sitting here trying to figure out now. Tommy just threw another log on this fire. Can you imagine Kyle is struggling with his father, trying to break tradition? And you see Mike Shanahan saying, listen, the best thing you can do in this case, take Mac Jones. Why? I'm telling you why. And I got it all here for you. I've got this. See what I'm saying? But Dad's got it all pointed out. But Mike had guys who could move. So, Bethel, I don't know. What is the quarterback room going to look like week after next?
Okay, one thing. First of all, we have somebody that knows more than the playbook than Kyle, Nick Mullins. He's a smart dude, and look at he couldn't even win a lot of games with this system. So if Mac Jones is smart, how do you know he's gonna win a lot of games? You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. He might fold in the pressure. He might throw fumbles. He might throw interceptions, like a bunch of them, and then people are gonna get mad and gonna be, "Why you get this guy? I thought he was smart." Then they're gonna be bitching at Kyle for getting the wrong guy.
That's a good point. That's an excellent point. Being smart doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win. And Bethel, you know what? Kyle's going to get a lot of grief. Anytime you draft a quarterback in the first round, there's going to be chaos in the media and everywhere as soon as that pick is made, unless they get rid of Jimmy and let him start. But even if they did that, and the kid comes in and doesn't do well, oh, Jesus, Kyle, what is this? We're not doing any better now than we were before Jimmy left. Or, if he lets the kid comes in, he's got to go 15-1, or else he's going to get grief.
Yeah,
So and Jimmy's got to go 15-1, or he gets grief.
I can tell you, there's two quarterbacks that have around the same stats, but one has a little bit better stats, and the other one, has some decent stats. One of them went to the playoffs and one didn't. And one of them is the Denver's quarterback, has good stats, has everything. But if he had a better coach, and he'll probably end up going to the playoffs or something like that. But he doesn't because he doesn't have that, good coaching. And the other one was Buffalo's quarterback. Look at him right now.
I know, right?
So imagine if, these guys will go to, if these guys the road would change, maybe, they would have been a lot further. Maybe they wouldn't, you don't know. So.
Yeah. But you know what? It took Josh Allen, remember Josh Allen looked completely lost in that. I think it was last year. He looked so confused. It was his whole world before they picked up Diggs. It was sad to watch him in that playoff game. And then last year, Josh Allen changed. It takes a minute. You got to be patient, though.
Yeah.
So that's why we'll see what happens here. I don't know who they're going to pick up.
Yeah,
I really have no idea.
And then a lot of people should realize, too, is that I remember Kittle said one time that he learned a big old playbook, and they only used like half of them on practice, but he had to learn them just in case they, use some other ones if they have to. So, Kyle's book is not, not
that
easy to learn. It takes time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to go out there and do it. I mean, you got to repetition is what's going to make you good. Nobody's going to start off just gleaming in Kyle Shanahan's offense. It doesn't work like that with Kyle. You're going to make mistakes. You got to come out there and learn. Your receivers, everything's got to be timed right. It takes a minute. So, yeah.
Yes, it does.
It's rough. It's rough.
Yeah, and so whoever they pick up, that's who we have to back up, and hopefully they make the right choice, and because right now the media, they don't know who the Niners are gonna pick.
They have to do something.
It could be anybody.
Yeah. They just can't sit quietly is the thing. So they got to make things up. Whether they heard it or not, they got to say it. Oh, God. So
they got everybody clicking to their channel because they want to see, what this guy talking about. So
and you make a good point there too, because what's the best way to get people all riled up in San Francisco or the Niner Empire period? Tell them you're going to get Mac Jones. I'm not saying Mac Jones is a bad quarterback because I don't know anything about how Mac Jones is going to do in the NFL.
I don't know either,
but people already assume he's going to fail. It's funny.
So you don't know what's going to happen, and then plus. Now, all these guys that are upgraded, like our coach, the coordinator and all that. Now, a lot of these guys are going to work more with these guys, so they're going to get a lot better training and then
football player we want.
Yeah.
Bethel, we're going to run out of time. Let's see you tomorrow when you get some a chance, hopefully. It's going to be fun this week.
Like good show out with Ronbo. Hit the light for Ronbo Sports. Let's go, Niners.
Yes, indeed. Thanks, man. Night. And the Big Show clone. Big Show has actually blocked his alter ego. Big Show, you need to keep an eye on him, though. He's working you. I'm not reading that. Thanks. The other Big Show, thanks for the contribution.
I keep having a girlfriend, and now she's bitching about him being with her. You ain't got no right.
Tony. Tony, is that you? He didn't talk like Tony. He talks like somebody else, though. Hey, Tony from Atlanta.
Hello, Ronbo.
Tony.
Hello.
Hello, Tony. How you doing?
How are you?
Oh, fantastic. You know, as this week dwindles down, we're going to hear some things. Yeah, so Denise came in tonight and said she is not paying attention to the media until draft night. And Tony, that is something, unless you've got a real threshold for mental anguish and pain, you probably should, everybody should take a note out of Denise's book. The things that are being said are insane. But go ahead.
I don't pay attention to all the hype. I've been watching, the draft for years, and everything is not like everybody says it's going to be.
Never is.
Never is.
It never is. Except that year we got Solomon Thomas. And Tony, I don't know, if you watched any time during the course of a year, you see a player going up the draft board. I mean, this player is traveling with a bullet. He's moving quickly up towards the top, right? I watched Solomon Thomas go from the late first round pick choice all the way to the top 5, destined to San Francisco. Anytime you see that and you don't believe it, and then all of a sudden, and it did materialize in 2017. The 49ers select Solomon Thomas, Stanford. And I lost my mind. I was watching it. I couldn't get over it. Yeah, there's so many players. John, Kyle, why did you do this? And a lot of us were right. That was not the right pick. So you know what? Here's this scenario repeating itself, and there's a lot of people that are scared. Now, we could be wrong. Mac Jones, Michael called in and just said Mac Jones is right up there with Joe Montana. Now, I think he might have went too far, but still, we don't know who Mac Jones really is. Not yet. Can't get mad at him because he had a good team around him.
Not going to happen, Ronbo. Not in third overall. I just don't see it.
Nobody can. Because you could have got him later. You could have got him at 12.
Exactly. For some reason, I either say Trey Lance, but Ronbo, it wouldn't surprise me if you guys took Kyle Pitts. I don't know why that's in the back of my mind.
No, I said, I've got a dream draft mock. I says we trade with you for that 4th pick, and let's see, we move down and we pick up. Let's see, it's a Pitts. I was going to trade back into the get round 15, 16. You might be able to get Trey. I mean, if you insist on Mac Jones, trade back up, and we could pick up a pick. Use a pick we got from you, trade back up in the first round, and go ahead and pick up Mac Jones. I got Pitts and Jones. I can't be mad.
So you say use your number 3 overall
and trade with you.
And then I'm sorry.
Trade with your Falcons, and we pick up Pitts in the 4th, and that way people will be a little less mad. And then with the pick that I just got from you, the extra pick, I use that and package it with my 2nd and maybe a 5th and get back in the first round. I don't know who's going to let me back in.
Ronbo, we want a lot. We want a lot.
I give you 2 5ths because I got 3. A 2nd, a 3rd. That would be too expensive.
You give us a 2nd and a 3rd?
Yeah.
If you give us a 2nd this year, a 3rd this year, and a first round next year, that might work.
I don't have a first round next year. We already gave it up to Miami.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man. Like I said with those Dallas fans, I told them we would give them they're at 10. I said, we'll give y'all the 4th overall, our 5th rounder, and our 6th rounder to you. And then you guys got to give us their 2nd at 44, both of their 3rds at 75 and 99. And a first next year. They lost their mind.
In other words, they owe you for an indefinite period of time. So because I wondered, does Atlanta look like they're going to do a lot of there's going to be a lot of trades this year, Tony? It's going to get nuts.
I think if we trade the 4th overall, we're going to get so much that we won't be trading again because we got a 5th rounder and 2 5th round compensatories, and then we got a 6th rounder and a 6th round comp also.
Where are you in the 2nd round?
Pick 35.
Oh, you go get some call on that. Oh, yeah,
man,
you go get some.
Najee Harris. I want Najee at 35. If Buffalo, I'm scared of the Buffalo going to take him though at 30 in the 1st round.
Yeah, because they need an RB. Or somebody said the Steelers are definitely, if Najee's available, the Steelers are getting him right quick.
At 24?
The Steelers just lost Connor. They don't have a running back. And Roethlisberger's probably putting pressure. Listen, get somebody in here because Roethlisberger was throwing on every down last year. I said, why is Roethlisberger throwing on every damn down? They don't have a running back. I think Connor got hurt. The other running back wasn't worth a damn. And, yeah, so.
I hope they take Travis Etienne out of Clemson then.
Oh. I forgot. He's another high commodity.
I want Najee. Najee is 6'2", 230. Got that lower body strength, man.
Yeah.
Can catch, can block.
Yes. Oh, man. We was getting him until we made the trade. Tony, we got to go. Hey, I'm going to tell you what. Tony, get back in here tomorrow, man, because there's going to be a lot of activity between now and Thursday about everything going on in the NFL. Love it.
Hey, are you having a draft show on draft night?
Oh, yeah. Got my boy. Razor and I are going to be on draft night. Yeah.
I took Thursday and Friday off like I do every year. So I'll check you out, man.
All right. Thanks, Tony. Talk to you later.
Talk to you.
All right. Sir. And 49ers Ultimate Report. Thanks, Jones, Fields, or Lance. What a dilemma for the 49ers. Hey, let's try again for Niner Mike. Forget about it. No Mike tonight? Oh, Mike. That's the 3rd time. You
Forget about it, Ronbo. Forget about it.
Mike, I hope you've been...
Oh, boy. I got to tell you, I think I ate a little too much for the Sunday dinner, Ronbo.
I figured as much.
Oh.
Mike, did you miss the Big Show and others? And Mike, another guy named Michael came in here tonight. And as much as guaranteed, Mac Jones is going to be in your life very soon.
You know, I gotta tell you, and I want to let me clarify something and clear this up too, because the other night I was on here and I was joking, you know, Ronbo, and I was playing the Mac Jones music. Listen, first and foremost, all right, I'm a Justin Fields guy, Ronbo. You already know that. I wanted to go for the Justin Fields from the beginning.
That's right. Someone did accuse you of being the Mac Jones guy. I forgot about that.
Yeah, no, not a Mac Jones guy. Just making the most out of the situation, you know, since that's the report. Although today, you know, I don't know, Ronbo. I'm beginning to start to think that these friggin' jerk-offs, they really don't know nothing. They, you know.
Oh, they don't.
Today was a good interpretation of that, because you know you had the report come out earlier in the afternoon that they're done with their draft meetings and they already made their decision. And then let a few hours go by, then you got Ian Rappaport talking about, they're down to 2 guys and they're still making their, just like, you guys don't know shit. You know, they don't know nothing, Ron. I'm so sick and tired of that. You know, and here's the other thing too. You know, for all the people that get all upset, you know, about, they got to take Justin Fields. Okay, you know, I don't really believe you're just that upset. I'll believe it when I get a live report and there's a group of, what do they say, a group of unsatisfied fans out there at the team headquarters with a couple of signs saying "Take Fields at 3." Or something, you know what I mean, Ronbo? Or take Trey at 3.
Justin Fields matters, exactly. So you know.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Justin Fields' life matter out there. You know, and I really do. I want to see that before everyone want to get all bent out of shape. You know, everybody want to get all angry and upset. You know, I can't believe we're gonna do this. All right, so you know, if you just that upset, well then, you know, go ahead and put a little something together, and I'd like to see it. I'm sure they would report on it. You know what I mean, Ronbo?
Yeah.
Maybe one of the few times in NFL history that the fans are at the gates before the pick. You know, normally teams complain after the fact,
Three
but
different
that would
contingents
be a
out there.
first.
Mike, three
Oh,
different
yeah.
contingents out there. You know, Mike, no matter who gets picked in this draft, there's going to be a large percentage of people that are just as mad as hell. There's nothing Kyle can do that's not going to get him in trouble this year. Him and John.
No, definitely, Ronbo. But, here's the thing, too, right? And this is a big part for a lot of people, including myself. You would like to think, I get it. I know Kyle's a smart guy, and I know that they do this for a living, all the way through and throughout, Ronbo, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to certain things, I can't help but wonder, like, what the hell are they seeing that that the whole friggin' world doesn't see, Ronbo? You know what I mean?
I do this every year. I have that same thought.
Yeah, and that's the thing that really just, I don't know, it makes me just kind of think about, all the whole thing in general, and that's why I've come to the realization that I think that most of these guys are just full of shit, because you can't tell me, that they made it seem like they're not even freaking looking at the field, kid, Ronbo. You know what I mean? Like it almost just hurts them to freaking
Did you hear the latest thing?
Freaking report.
Did you hear the latest? I just heard something a little while ago that says he's the last guy in, the first guy out. I said, whoa, where'd that come from? Because he's sliding down. Oh, hey, Mike, wait, this is that strategy that teams that want him to fall. Yeah, I forgot about that strategy. Somebody put that out there.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're going to have your smoke screens all the way around. But the whole thing is, though, right, you got the guy, Rappaport, whatever, he gets on the friggin' thing today and he's talking about stuff, but he didn't say nothing new.
I know.
People have been saying that, it's between Mac Jones and Trey Lance for freaking. They've been saying that for the past 2.5, 3 weeks already. You're not telling us any friggin' breaking news, you moron. You're not telling us anything new.
That's how you create drama. You just throw any random BS out there, and people, what? What does he know? He knows Jack. Yeah, and they just put it out there, and people bite. It works, Mike.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right, Ronbo. You're probably right. I just wish that, I don't mind the different thoughts or whatnot, but some of this whole thing, it just makes us look really stupid. You know what I mean? It makes them look really stupid. Yeah, it makes them look really stupid, Ronbo. It's like, how they not going to consider someone else who everyone, and when I say everyone, I mean everyone. I'm not just talking about the faithful. I'm talking about ESPN analysts, football analysts, people that freaking wake up dreaming that they're a freaking analyst. All right, everyone looks at this and goes, "Hey, Justin Fields is the second best quarterback in this draft." You know what I mean,
that's what the
Ronbo?
case from the beginning. I agree, Mike. We're out of time, and I'm
All right,
delighted.
Ronbo,
We
no
were worried
worries.
we weren't going to get any Niner Mike tonight. We came to you a couple of times, but you
Nah,
were.
no
That's
worries.
okay.
I'm here.
All right.
Look, had a little bit too much sausage and peppers and whatnot. You know what I mean? It was a good Sunday dinner. Yeah. And
Good
shout
boss.
out to all the faithfuls out there. I hope all of you had a good one. Ronbo, thank you again for the platform. Thanks for having me on. And hey, I expect you on every friggin' night all week, Ronbo. I
You
don't give a
probably
shit.
will be.
It's
I
serious
got a feeling.
now.
I don't see
All
any
right.
night off.
All right.
All right.
We're serious. I'm expecting Monday through freaking Sunday coverage with Ronbo. All
You
right.
got
That's
it.
what I'm expecting. Look forward to seeing you, Ronbo. All right.
Looking forward to seeing you too, Mike. Have a good night, fam.
All right, Ronbo. All
right.
right. You too. Talk to you tomorrow. All right.
All
Forget
right.
about it. All right.
Night, Mike. He sausage and peppered himself to pieces. That's why he's late. Hey, Lee.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Oh, Lee, man, good thing you got in here tonight. Big Show came in tonight and threw a hand grenade into the room, and then Michael, the other guy, he sat there and pretty much confirmed everything the Big Show said. Meanwhile, there's Lee, who finally shows up to contrast all that stuff. And remember, Michael said that Mac Jones is already comparable to Joe Montana. Big Show has already said that people need to relax about this because you know in your heart that indeed it's Mac Jones. Lee, your thoughts on that?
Well,
I love
Ronbo,
this.
I think it's no coincidence both of them are named Michael. I think they're both delusional, you know. Let's be real here, folks. Ain't nobody moving up in this draft to take Mac Jones. Nobody ever has. The only other team that people say that Mac Jones might fall to, or a team might move up a few spots, is the Patriots. And I don't see that wrong, bro, because you've seen Bill Belichick shaking his head with his eyes at the ground when Mac Jones was having his pro day that a few weeks back. This is the guy right here. You know, this is the real talent. He's always been the real talent. People just don't want to admit it. You know, people think sometimes black quarterbacks are just athletes, but as you've seen with guys like Mahomes, guys like Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, there's a takeover. It's the new takeover, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready for it. Agile athletes, you know, they can play from the pocket or outside it, make throws, accurate arms. You know, this is the new school versions of what teams want in quarterbacks. Kyle even said it in his presser. This guy's, you know, I heard the other caller before saying he's not accurate. You need to go research. You know, it's all out there if you do your homework.
Actually, he's
and then
actually rated as the most accurate, as I remember.
Yeah, and he's got accuracy all over the field. You know, short, intermediate, and deep. He's got a great arm. Like Mac Jones over here. Oh, this guy over here. This one over here. He's okay, Ronbo. You know, he's a good pocket passer. He did had a good year, no doubt about it, but he had all the talent in the world. He had a first-round running back, Najee Harris. You know, who I think would be a good pickup for the Niners if he could fall to the second, but he could go late first. You know, teams like Pittsburgh, I think, might take him. They'll suit their offense. He had Devonta Smith. Like, here's the key one here, Ronbo. Like, how are you not going to beat out your wide receiver? You know, quarterbacks win the Heisman all the time, and you can't even beat out your wide receiver. You know, the Slim Reaper. You know, he carried him. He not only carried him during the season, Ronbo, he carried him on his pro day. You know, if it wasn't for Devonta Smith, his pro day would have been atrocious. You know, he was the only one catching his receptions and stuff in his throws downfield. So, like, yeah, he guys like Waddle and even Michi. Michi's probably going to be a first or second rounder.
That's what I said. That Michi was actually good too. He's got 3 weapons out there you can depend on, and no defense on the planet is going to stick with 3 solid talents, especially at that level.
I'm gonna pick up Big Show's grenade and throw it right back into the room with him and Michael Ronbo, and I'm gonna ask him this: if this kid is the real deal, Mac Jones, why could he not beat out Jalen Hurts? Why could he not beat out Tua Tagovailoa? You know, Tua was in the same draft class as Mac Jones. He sat there for 3 years, you know, getting to learn that offense, and he was never the guy. You know, he had to wait for Tua to go to the draft and move on to the NFL before he even got his chance, Ronbo. So this guy's never been that guy. You know. If you put Justin Fields in that Alabama team, Ronbo, he wins it easy. He wins the Heisman too. It doesn't go to Devonta Smith. It goes to Justin Fields. Black Zeus, baby. I'm going to keep it short and sweet tonight, Ronbo. Thank you for everything you do. We all know the pick, ladies and gentlemen. We know who we should pick. Kyle can't mess this up, you know. Let's go Niners. Thank you, Ronbo.
Thank you, Lee. Good stuff. We'll see you tomorrow. I love this going back and forth. Woo. And here comes another proponent to add to the conversation and argument. Shay! Come on in, Shay!
Yo, what's up, Ronbo? Great call with my brother Lee, man. Couldn't have said it any better.
You know, Shay, because you've collected some of the things that are going on here tonight.
Absolutely.
It's interesting because the Mac Jones group, they definitely bring a lot of things to be debatable. Shay, you could start right now then. I mean, because I was asking about what the quarterback room would look like in a few weeks, but this always ends up going in another direction. What are you thinking?
Ronbo, I'm thinking, listen, and I love Big Show, man, and I feel like Big Show's trying to fight the good fight. I see him on Twitter over every page, always hyping up Mac Jones, like, it's Mac Jones. I was like, Big Show, you're trying too hard, brother. Just relax. Whoever they pick is who they pick, bro. Like, at the end, I'm not even hyping up Feels like that on my Twitter. I mean, you know, I just see things. I'll retweet it if I like it. But what I use for Twitter, I do a lot of research. And like I said, a lot of people are just guessing, Ronbo. People don't know. Nobody knows. Even the NFL media guys don't know. Absolutely. And everybody's just guessing at this point. Now, some people are making better educated guesses than others and trying to connect the dots and put the pieces together. And those are the people who I listen to. But, Ronbo, I just want to say something really quick. Jeremy Fowler came out, reported, right? He said that the 49ers have concluded all their QB, whatever. They watched a lot of film. They had a lot of good meetings. They're not close. They haven't told anybody. And I told you this 2 weeks ago, Romo, that Mike Daniels, our offensive coordinator, doesn't even know. Nobody knows. They're holding it close to the vest, and we probably won't know until Thursday, which I agree with Jeremy Fowler's report. Then you got Adam Schefter a couple hours saying, oh, it's most likely, or the belief is it's Mac Jones and Fields. So it's like, which one is it? Either we're not leaking and they're not telling anybody, or we're leaking like a faucet. I don't get it. So it's like, you guys, and this is media driven. This narrative is media driven. Nobody knows, but everybody wants to oh, well, the history of Mac Jones, or Trey Lance this. It's like nobody knows the pick. I could care less what anybody says. Nobody knows. Mike Silver, anybody, any of these guys don't know, because Kyle will never show his hand. Kyle is the most competitive coach in the league. And I know I say that obviously every coach is competitive, but Kyle is so damn competitive. And I said this about a month ago, that he will not release the injury report until the last 15 minutes of the deadline. Like how competitive, or how do you not ever want to let someone have a competitive advantage that you
Until
won't
5
even
minutes
release
before
the
the
injury
game.
report? Knowing damn well Debo got a hamstring, bro. There's no way he's going to make it. But he'll be questionable until 15 minutes until the playing time, and then all of a sudden, he's not gonna make it. Well, it's like we knew that, but again, he doesn't want to give anybody any advantage of who he wants to take.
Yeah.
So again, Big Show was like, well, yeah, like Big Show said, they were watching Wilson, they were watching Mac Jones. Yeah, Big Show, that was while we were at 12. Like I said, Wilson wasn't even supposed to go this high, but because he had a magical season, all of a sudden now he's going as a second pick. He has the Joe Burrow effect, right? You come out of nowhere and you have you come out of nowhere and you have this big season. All of a sudden, bam, you have one of the a great season, and all of a sudden, you went from a third or fourth round pick to now you're going to be drafted second. It's, you know what I'm saying? So these guys scouted back when they were at 12. Like, okay, maybe these guys would fall to us and we could take them then. When you move up to 3, you go up again. You go up to get the transcendent talent in Fields or in Lance, whoever it may be. And I know Russo talked about it, about the whole Jimmy Garoppolo, why they offered. Listen, if Jimmy Garoppolo's not traded by the draft, he's going to be your starting quarterback. And I hate to say, even though I think Justin Fields can come in and play, Justin Fields will sit. Because, again, the whole point of Jimmy Garoppolo playing this season is not only to try to up our chances for making a playoff spot, but it's to boost his value again, so that way we can trade him for something. Then even if the rookie beats Jimmy out in camp, that will never, ever be reported, simply due to the fact that the Niners would lose all trade value for Jimmy Garoppolo. They would be shooting themselves in the foot, and that doesn't make any sense. So Jimmy will be your starter if he's not traded on draft day. That's just common sense at this point, right? And so I listened to John Chapman, Ronbo, another podcast or whatever, and I just found this interesting, this clip. This was right after the Bills Monday night game, right, Ronbo? A reporter asked them how they felt about Josh Allen and the loss and everything like that. And this is Kyle Shanahan's exact response. He was like, things change, people change, Shanahan said. You start to see you can win football games with any type of quarterback, as long as they are good enough, and you can be good enough in hundreds of different ways. So I evaluate quarterbacks in terms of trying to find people who can have a chance to be one of those elite type of guys. And there's lots of different ways to do it. You can see now there's plenty of different ways. So I don't think that'll ever change. And then he goes on to say this. He's like, I don't think one certain thing you're looking for, Shanahan said, when evaluating QB, you're trying to find a guy who's better than 98% of them, of the people on the planet or country. You get him, and then you get the guy you want, and you adjust to him. What does that say? And we said that about any quarterback. You get the guy with the highest talent, and you bring the most out of him. It's, again, the best teachers. You can use the teacher analogy, the coach analogy, whatever. The best teachers will, accurately course their curriculum to the child however they learn the best. Those are the best teachers. It's the same thing with coaching. You will, scheme down the playbook to the best of the ability of whoever the quarterback is and maximize the utmost potential out of that player. It's, this is common sense. And after reading those quotes and those comments, again, the 2017 Kyle Shanahan and 2021 Kyle Shanahan are two different people. I promise you, people change, Ronbo. And again, Big Show brought up the point. Well, we got to look at the QB room. Who's on the QB room? Yeah, Nick Mullins doesn't even have a job. Beathard is a backup for Jacksonville, and Josh Rosen has been tossed around by the league like a rag doll. So, I mean, what notion are we talking about? Right? Has it fully worked? Yeah, when Jimmy's healthy, it works. But when we have guys that back up that should supposedly win, they don't win. It doesn't work. And whoever the caller said it first, Nick Mullins was one of the smartest guys. But how did that work out? How did that work out? We didn't win that many games with him, right? So I think people change. You go for the transcending talent, Ronbo. I know we gotta go. But shout out to my team, guys.
It's amazing
Ronbo.
how you do that, Jay. And you're right.
Shout out to the production. Oh, I know, Ronbo. I've been calling it. I know my time, Ronbo. But God bless you, sir. God bless
all
production.
good stuff, though. And
Later,
Big Show's
Ronbo.
got to be laying on the floor from a couple of them shots to the midsection and that
Oh,
haymaker.
absolutely. You know, bro. I love you, Big Show. Love you, brother. All right, Ronbo. You take it easy.
All right, Jay. See you tomorrow. Slick.
Forget about it, Rambo. Forget about it. Eating these sausages with peppers.
How he came up with that was amazing, wasn't it? I got candy. Wait, too many sausages and peppers. Oh, God, gotta love
Man, I
Mike.
tell you, I love you so much too, man.
Hey, but Slick.
What's up, Rambo?
Yo, Slick, man, it's like, here we are. Normally in the draft, we may have one target we're looking at, and there's a couple other guys that may have a chance. But, like the Nick Bosa year was the most interesting since, I guess Nick Bosa's year was the one that we were mostly yelling and screaming about the same level now that I think about it, Slick. Yeah, the Quentin Williams, Josh Allen versus Nick. So here we are again, and I don't know what's going to happen next year, but here we are again arguing about the quarterback, and everybody's passionate. Slick, who's going to be the – wait a minute, Slick, I think we've been here before. Pick who's being picked at number 3 come Thursday night.
You know what? Josh Allen and Quentin Williams are great players.
Yeah.
And they deserve the respect they get, but Nick Bosa is on a whole nother level.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing goes for Justin Fields, Kyle Pitts, and a wide receiver from LSU, Chase.
Jamar. Yeah.
But Jamar Chase. So I've been thinking, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try. This is really hard because Kyle is freaking genius. So you gotta try to think like him, So I think that they're gonna try to trade at least 1 or 2 more spots to try to get something because they gave us so much. And if Mac is the pick, he's not gonna be the pick at number 3. So we're gonna trade down, try to get something. And if the Jets pick Fields, then Niners are gonna get Kyle Pitts.
And
then
wait, stop right there. That means that Fields was going to be the guy, and Plan B, if we can't get Fields, pick up Pitts and we're going to trade up back into the first round.
And then we're going to trade back up and get Najee Harris. Because can you imagine if we get Kyle Pitts and Najee Harris?
But what about the QB?
And then the QB, then because QB would probably get Kyle Trask. We'll probably get him later on, or Kellen Mond, like Grant says. But I think because this team's a Super Bowl ready team now.
Yeah.
So even without drafting anybody right now, we're a Super Bowl team. Yeah. And with those players that we just got, Marcus Hurst and Arden Key with Chris Eric, his hands on them, man, we're gonna be even better. So this team is already a Super Bowl team. And you imagine we get Kyle Pitts, Najee Harris, Deebo Samuel, freaking, everybody. So we're gonna be winning Super Bowls back to back. We'll be the first team to have to go
that's an offensive arsenal too. Man, that's insane.
So that's one scenario, But if we get Justin Fields third pick, I'm also cool with that. And we'll still trade up to get Najee Harris. Or if we don't get Najee Harris, we trade back after we get Kyle Pitts. Then we'll get Mac. We'll get Mac
because Najee, you gotta get past the Steelers if you trade up. Because the Steelers, I gotta think they're gonna gobble him up. Actually, Najee may not even get down. What did the Steelers finish?
No, he's going top 15, and he probably even top 12. Because I mean that's a beast right there. He's on a whole nother level. He's a game changer. Like he's just like the guy from Tennessee. He's just like Jerome Bettis. He's unstoppable. Like he's just just one guy ain't gonna get him.
Yeah. But you put him with the right combination of people. Oh, man. Can you imagine Najee in there softening him up? All of a sudden, Mostert comes in, hits that hole like he likes to do. That's goodbye. Oh, my. Yeah.
Because he's from the Bay. He's from the Bay Area. He's from the Bay Area.
Yeah.
His team's the Niners, and he like imagine like we're gonna get him, we get Kyle, or if we get Fields and Najee Harris, man, I'm done. I mean, I don't care who else they get. I mean, shoot.
Man,
I'm so excited. I don't know what's going to happen, but I can't wait. Like Thursday, I can't wait till Thursday. All right, Ronbo. I won't take too much of your time. Sorry, I hung up earlier, but I had stuff to do. Just came back from up north at Yosemite, so I had to just unwind and call you back.
Cool.
That was
Appreciate
pretty cool.
you, fam. All right. See you tomorrow. Be the chance.
All right, Ronbo.
All right.
Yes, sir. You know it. Have a good night, man.
Night, Slick.
Good nighters.
Let's. All right, hey, Papa Dragon, come on back, man, because I think there's been some things said about some things you did in the draft.
You mean that jabroni Phil?
I knew you took notes.
Well, I think the problem is that people hear what they want to hear. He heard safety. He didn't hear safety that can work in the slot. That's what we have in Jimmy Ward, who's on his last year of his contract. And he also heard safety. And I said, safety hybrid special teamer who can play nickel linebacker. So
that's true.
Whatever.
And
what are you
actually,
gonna do?
when Phil was saying that, I had forgotten about that too. You picked out some pretty versatile DBs, is what you picked out. That don't necessarily have to be safeties, but they can go both ways.
Ronbo, I'm trying to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You don't win a Super Bowl with a bunch of low round, first round receivers. And I already said that this draft was very deep in defensive back. Deep. It's very deep. So a lot of quality picks there. And this is just so happens we've neglected that position now for the last
years.
11 years. When's the last time you picked the first round cornerback?
We don't
think about it. Exactly.
We asked this question a couple of weeks ago. Nobody could come up with a name. I think we picked up Keller Witherspoon.
No.
Spoon was in the second round, though, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think who it was. Didn't we pick up somebody from Ohio State, or did we sign him? We signed Nate Clemens.
Yeah.
Can't remember. I can't recall. I can't recall. But the bottom line is that
you'd have to. That's actual Google material. You'd have to actually look that up. So yeah.
Yeah. But it's all in fun. But you know what? I just came across some very interesting information that I would like to share with Ronbo and all of his friends.
Please do.
I found this article and I'd like to dedicate this to my favorite jabroni, the Big Show. I love him. I just love him. He just like reads ESPN script word for word. NFL personnel anonymously share harsh criticism of Mac Jones. This came out today. First one goes, Mac Bama's tape is very, very good. There's no denying that. But you watch him in mobile, this doesn't really feel like a big time guy. You trade all that shit for him? Oh, there's another quote. That's not all. Another executive called Jones' character into question in reference to his 2017 DUI arrest and reports of anger management issues, including road rage. I don't even trust the player, let alone that. Who can't throw to four first rounders and hand the ball to Najee Harris? And finally, some don't believe Jones is capable of growing as a player and that he's hit his ceiling, unlike other quarterbacks in the class. But he's right. Here's the quote, and I quote, he's right up there against the ceiling for me when compared to these other guys, if you can call that progress. He goes, but now you want to compare him to Justin Fields and Zach Wilson? Those are going to be dangerous dudes in this league now. So, Big Show, God bless you. I hope they draft Mac Jones. So California, it will burn for other reasons other than climate change.
Oh, God.
I hope, because now San Francisco is going to be in the news all over the place. And they're already in the news right now, all over the place.
Just for
all
threatening,
over the place.
Just for threatening to pick up Mac Jones. Isn't it crazy?
Right. And because of mismanagement. Yeah.
Papa, Jimmy Ward, remember?
Yeah.
That was Trent Baalke's pick. That was a first-round pick. I forgot about him.
Yes. He was first-round pick.
Thanks for that, fam. Yeah,
Jimmy Ward's first-round pick. But curse you for saying Baalke. He's an evil man.
Yeah, Trent.
He's an evil man.
He picked up DeForest Buckner.
Yes.
He picked up both, and he gets a lot of flack. But actually, Eric Armstead is not a bad football player. Baalke could actually find defenders not bad.
He can't find skill players.
Yeah, he can't pick up any offense. AJ Jenkins still haunts him. He wakes up screaming in the middle of the night.
I know. Big shout out to Denise. I think she's beautiful. I think any woman that can watch football all day long is just the sexiest thing in the world to me. So I don't even need to see her picture. She's the most beautiful woman ever. And then number two, as far as the quarterback room goes, it depends on who they actually draft. Again, I just, like a lot of people, can't see Mac Jones. And it's not that we can't see it. We can't see it at 3. I just can't. I mean, the only thing I can think of why there's so much crap, that's coming out about it is I'm thinking that people are trying to connect the dots to Shanahan, which means that they're really handicapping Shanahan. And I have a feeling the people who are doing it too. I think it's primarily the representatives of the Cardinals, the Rams, and the Seahawks would love to see Mac Jones every weekend. They would love to see that.
And NFC West.
They'd be so happy to see that. Oh, you know what? We don't have to defend a deep ball. We don't have to worry about these crazy patterns. We don't have to worry about a boot or the pocket moving. We don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So they're the ones that are happy about it, along with Big Show, of course.
There you go, Bob. We've got to go. Let's see you tomorrow. Looking forward to it too.
I gotta. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
It is.
Go Niners.
All week long.
Go Niners. I don't even. They take Mac Jones. I don't. I'm gonna buy his jersey. They do it. I'm gonna buy his jersey.
There you go.
And I'm gonna get a crash test dummy and fill it up with cement, and then I'm just gonna just throw footballs at it because it's not gonna move. Put little target zones on them.
We gotta go. Get up off of back. Let me see the ball.
All right.
Night, Papa. Papa, later. Oh, God. And Clarence Molina says, just imagine Fields, Lance throwing dimes to Kittle, Ayuk, Debo, Mostert with threats of jet sweeps, RPOs, play action, quarterback design runs with our running game. Does sound attractive, doesn't it? My God. And there's Oath in his return. Oath.
Hey, Ronbo, how are you doing?
Oath, man, we're sitting here trying to figure out what the quarterback room is going to look like in 2 weeks. And there's been some arguments tonight for a couple of players. Mainly, Mac Jones is getting support more than usual. And Justin Fields has been kicked to the curb by a few people, but getting a lot of support there. Nobody's talking much about Trey Lance. But the media says it's between Jones and Lance. Oath, where are you at on all this?
So, Ronbo, yeah, I called the other day. I said my piece about a few of the things about the quarterbacks. I was listening to what the other callers were saying, and I just couldn't believe that there's one caller who said that Mac Jones had the mental processing or IQ or the whatever that over Justin Fields and Trey Lance. What is that crazy? Okay, so I want everyone, if they have the chance, just to Google Quincy Avery. He was a private quarterbacks coach who trained both Justin Fields and Trey Lance. And so he said that Justin Fields, he was the most talented quarterback he's ever come across. And he said that Justin Fields had a photographic memory. In fact, as a junior in high school, Justin Fields, among the elite 11, you know, that whole quarterbacks group, the top QBs in high school across the country, Justin Fields, as a junior, was given NFL playbooks, and he was the number one student to actually comprehend and to actually visualize these
scenarios and
playbooks. Yeah, and not only that, what he said about Trey Lance. So he said about Trey Lance is probably the sharpest guy he's ever come across in regards to X's and O's schematics. X's and O's schematics. So like if you're gonna put, you know, plays on the chalkboard, things like that, Trey Lance was the number one person he's probably ever come across. So Justin Fields has a photographic memory when it comes to playbooks, when it comes to actually football IQ. In fact, actually, Justin Fields, according to Mark Sanchez, he was the number one person in the IQ test for among 6,500 athletes since 2012.
Yeah, I saw
he
the
was the
results
number
of that.
one. Yeah. His score was 130, and people like Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson were around 100, 110. It was between like 110, 100, 110 or so.
Yeah.
Justin Fields is number one since 2012. So please do not ever say that Mac Jones is the one with the IQ, with the photographic, whatever. Because when I hear things like that, it's telling me that you think that Mac Jones' mental processing, his brain, is so much greater than Justin Fields and Trey Lance that it completely eclipses their physical gifts. It eclipses their speed. It eclipses their accuracy. It eclipses everything else. Apparently Mac Jones is so smart that he would be so much greater. Like his brain alone makes up all the difference between their arms, between their speed, between their accuracy. Like, to me, so please, whoever you are that said that, please, whoever you are who said that Mac Jones has this advantage in football IQ or whatever, just stop. Don't ever say that again, please, because what you are doing, you're just contributing to this narrative against black QBs that that has been around for a while, and in fact, like people like Deshaun, like in 2017, I wanted Deshaun Watson. Like I didn't know that Patrick Mahomes would be the greatest QB, but Deshaun Watson is still up there. But I wanted Deshaun Watson because I saw that he was a gamer. Like he was smart on the field. He had a smart IQ, like on the field. Like he knew what to do. And so, but the thing is, you have people like it, but then like suddenly Trubisky comes in as this like consensus number one pick as a QB. And I'm like, there's this type of stereotype. It's like, I don't know what it is, but they say, and I'm not even saying it's a race or ethnicity thing. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to like mobility, it seems like some people think like if you have mobility, you can't have the IQ. And I'm like, what? Like, where is that coming from? You can't have the accuracy, and you can't have the IQ.
We're gonna run out of time. It's the same thing. The girls who are very top heavy get the same blast, especially if she got blonde hair, right? So these are not things that are gonna go away. This is why guys got to come out and they got to prove that it's a myth. So that may be the case this year. I would have loved to see, though. That's why we missed the combine. Remember, Mooch always pulls the quarterbacks inside and gives them some penetrating question, or memorize a play and redo it. God, I'd love when he do that. Wouldn't it have been great to see these three guys do that? But we got
Yeah.
let's see
Yeah. Let me just say one
Real
last
quick.
thing. So Justin Fields was the best in the draft class on throws past the first read since 2019. Trey Lance is third. Mac Jones is 8th. This is according to PFF. Mac Jones is the worst in throwing past the first read. He's actually the first in throwing to the first read, but he's the worst in throwing past the first read. This is according to PFF. So I'm just saying, like, if you want to look at that type of thing, that goes into processing too, right? And
Absolutely.
I just want to say good night, Ronbo. But like, if people actually want to look into it, just Google it. Like, Trey Lance and Justin Fields, they have the mental aptitude. All right, take care and have a good night.
Stuff,
Ronbo.
folks. Good stuff. You came prepared.
Take care.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks.
You too.
All right, take care. Bye.
Right. Santana.
What's happening, Ronbo? How you doing?
Santana,
How you
man,
doing tonight, man?
We're doing great, man, because, we're getting closer because we can finally get to this stage, the draft, But, yeah, we're trying to look ahead, and we already know Sudfeld, Rosen, Johnson, Garoppolo, what this room's going to look like in a couple of weeks, right? So, you can take a shot at that or go the same route that everybody else is going because we're going to go. We do this every night. We go over the quarterback situation. So, but you know what makes this every night? Because people come in and give their opinions. You look at Big Show, who keeps that Mac Jones fire alive. You look at Lee, that's waiting to counter, and everybody else waiting to counter. And it becomes very much fun. Mike's already compared Mac Jones to Joe Montana. Oh, that is to be the quote of the night. Just Santana, what are you thinking here?
Man, Ronbo, I'm ready, man. I've had anxiety all month, man, since they made that trade, man. I'm ready for them to. I'm ready for Thursday. I'm ready to get this over with. Ronbo.
I know it's dragging out.
And move. Yeah, man, and it sucks, that we have to go through this, the media, getting all the 49ers upset and stuff, getting anxiety, panic attacks. But at the end of the day, Ronbo, I really don't think we're going to get Mac Jones. I mean, you don't trade 3 first-round picks for a guy like that, and I think,
But just don't bet any money.
Nothing against Mac Jones.
Stay away from Vegas.
Yeah, no.
It's.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely. And nothing against Mac Jones, man. Honestly, Ronbo, I mean, I think as soon as he goes into the NFL, he's going to be getting heat, because they're going to be talking about how he was supposed to be the number 3 pick, and stuff like that, and I think that you know what I'm saying?
Forgot about that.
Anywhere he goes, Ronbo, the media kind of put pressure on this kid. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna be talking about he Niners were supposed to take him at 3 and he fell and this and that. But for me, Ronbo, it's funny how the media likes to cover their ass. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, "Oh, Niners will take Mac Jones, but Justin Fields is the second guy for me. On the board." You know what I'm saying? And it's like I don't know. They just try to cover themselves, but
they
at the end
got to
of the
write
day,
a story. Yeah, they create that.
Yeah, they got to write a story, but I remember pretty much all the media. I remember, man, I got receipts. They were saying that Mac Jones was the best quarterback over Justin Fields. So don't try to switch up now. You know what I'm saying? Keep that same energy you did. And you know what I'm saying? And for Justin Fields, man, like Ronbo, I just don't see Mac Jones. It's like everybody's saying he's a Jimmy G 2.0, and I honestly feel like Jimmy G is way better than Mac Jones, honestly. And so, I mean, I just think about the Super Bowl, Ronbo. It really comes down to playmakers at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
Always. And scheme sometimes goes out the window, Ronbo, when that pass rusher's coming at you, when someone's inside your quarterback's head. You know what I'm saying? So like Tyrann Mathieu in the Super Bowl I can tell he was in Jimmy G's head. You know what I'm saying? So. It just comes down to like that. And you know what, Ronbo? I mean, look at Nick Mullins, the beating he took. C.J. Beathard, the beatings he took behind that pocket. I've never seen Mac Jones, under that pressure, getting hit over and over and over. I haven't seen that, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know how he's going to react. and I don't want to take that bet. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to take that chance. I'd rather have a quarterback that and you know who has toughness is we know that has toughness is Justin Fields. You know, so I know that's a guy that, you know, obviously our O-line is not that great, but he takes hits, he can handle it. You know what I'm saying? He'll get back up, he'll come back out on the field, you know, and be out there for his team. And then, you know, so I'm going for a guy that has heart, you know, and you know, toughness and the arm and what's it called, the talent, and that's Justin Fields, man. And so is Trey Lance, but I mean, for me, it's Justin Fields, you know, and you know what, man, like what we've seen in Ohio State, you know, I think it was a product of him, just from his talent, making that team move. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it was scheme wise. And I think if he goes to Kyle Shanahan, man, it's just going to be a thing of art, you know. And so I think it'd take a lot of pressure off Kyle, and I think he'd be able to make plays in big moments. You know what I'm saying, Ronbo? So hopefully, you know, the Niners make the right choice and take either, you know, Justin Fields or Trey Lance, but I want Justin Fields, you know. That's just the end of it. And, you know, he reminds me really, Ronbo, of Russell Wilson, his movement inside the pocket, the way he like, you know, gets out of the pocket and runs, and he has a cannon, you know what I'm saying? And so I think he's a better version. I want to say his potential could be a better version of Russell Wilson, Ronbo. So
that's saying something there.
That's what. Yeah,
all right.
I think that's his potential. A higher version, a better version of Russell Wilson. Just size and arm strength, you know. So, but we'll see what happens, Ronbo.
Yeah, he's not as,
you know,
he's not as tall as I thought he was. He's a little shorter than Shanahan.
He's 6'2".
Really?
Justin
How tall
Fields.
is Kyle?
Kyle, I think Kyle's 6'1", I believe.
Maybe they were standing on two different surfaces because he was slightly shorter than
Like the
Kyle.
camera angle.
Yeah, it could have been
It's
that.
probably camera angle. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he's 6'2", 218 or somewhere around there. So, and I mean, Russell Wilson is 6, right? He's 6 foot. Russell Wilson's 6 foot.
I think Russ is closer to 5'11". I mean,
Oh, you see what I'm
him and
saying?
Peter standing next to each other, it's ridiculous how small he looks. But it ain't stopping him. But Russ is rock solid hard. That dude works hard at keeping that body rough.
Oh,
But
yeah, he rocks out hard.
But let's see you tomorrow, Santana. Good stuff.
All right, man, Ronbo. You have
All
a
right.
good one, man.
You too, fam. Night.
Night.
Yeah. And I forget, Tony is kind of a Mac Jones guy. He says, like him or hate him, Mac Jones only has one DUI, which isn't the best, but can be chalked up to being a kid. 2 DUIs would be a problem, but he's got 1. All right, Tony comes in, and thank Tony for that contribution. Tony clearing that up. Do not judge him harshly. He did it once. His mom slapped him, and he straightened up. Is it Fleet? Is that FT? Okay, I'm going to call it T. I see 12W. Thanks for that contribution. And I see your note says we will trade McGlinchey for a first-round pick, move Brunskill back to right tackle, pick swap with New England for their first. We get Gilmore. They get Jimmy. Also, Armstead traded to the Jets for a third-rounder. Now, you know, none of these deals are impossible. Maybe unlikely, but not impossible. Yeah, 49ers, I don't know if they be ready to get rid of all that frontline talent, though. Hey, John V, come on in, man.
Ronbo, what's happening, brother?
John, man, this is like, this is what we do every year before the draft. Everybody picks a side, and we decide who is outrageously stupid or just all and out wrong. This year is no different. Actually, we're probably more raging this year. Yeah, it is. It is more raging this year than it was the Nick Williams Allen year when you had to pick a guy there. And I'm delighted I was right that year. I've got no horse in this race this year. I have no idea what Kyle is thinking. But John, what do you think this room is going to look like? The quarterback room is going to look like in about 2-3 weeks.
Oh my God, Ronbo, I don't know. I don't know.
But let me share something with you that I have just read, and it's a reach. It's a reach, but it would be amazing because here it is. So imagine if we traded the third pick, Ronbo, to Green Bay for Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, woo! But you know what would Green Bay want third for? Because they've already got Love and Rodgers, so they just vault Love. Oh, they could get whatever they wanted, right?
They could get whatever they wanted, right? They could get whatever they wanted at 3.
Use it to trade down if they want. Too late.
And if we traded the third pick for 3 years out of Aaron Rodgers, let's say we get 3 years out of him, right?
Yeah.
We are back in the first round. We are back in the first round by that draft.
Mm-hmm.
So our capital it would be worth it. And he would cost us relatively $27 million against the cap.
Mm-hmm.
And if we were to cut Jim,
mm-hmm.
they would save 23. So it's unlikely, but it's kind of a head scratcher, right? I mean, kind of crazy.
And you may as well get into a 2-3-way deal. Go ahead. I think Jimmy they got a lot of great weapons in New England. I think Jimmy may okay that deal without an argument.
Kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a little bit different out of 150 callers. I mean, it brings a little bit of a head scratcher. But
that's funny.
Anyway.
John, you still got a ways to go to catch up with Michael, though, who said that Mac Jones, his football IQ and intelligence is right up there with Joe Montana. I enjoy
Michael.
I'm not going to forget that one. Michael, that was good. No matter what your opinion.
Anyway,
but that's funny. I loved it. But go ahead.
Look at it this way, Ronbo. I don't really know who they take at 3. I do like that young man, Lance. I think he has some promise. I really, truly believe he's probably the best one under center.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's actually very good under center.
Yeah, that's what he played at.
I'm assuming that's what caught Kyle's eye. But if I had to choose, I'm obviously an Ohio State guy, so I want Fields. But does Kyle want Fields? And all the narratives that are being tossed around, Ronbo, it's truly amazing because if Kyle was in the war room alone and there wasn't anyone else that could possibly know what he was thinking, there would still be 100,000 narratives out there. Well, Chris Sims and Rappaport.
He's the one who starts these things.
And every other, and Mel Kiver and every other asshat that's screaming they know, or people are telling them, or their suspicion is, or my belief, or his word. It's crazy. It's actually created my brain, Ronbo, to become mashed potatoes, applesauce. I've lost it, man. I couldn't. I think I'm going to just pass out after the third pick. After they announce it, I think I'm just going to hit the floor like a bag of potatoes, brother.
Especially if it's the wrong thing.
Exhausting. It's exhausting, Ronbo. And I don't know what they're going to do with the quarterback room. I don't know what they do with Rosen. I don't know what they do with that Sudfeld or whatever his name is.
Well, it's Sudfeld and Rosen, both of them are not going to be around after a couple of weeks. I mean they may be around for up until the cut, but who ends up being there when the dust settles is the question. Kyle might use them all. So if they do have a lot of guys, they can work out everybody have a quarterback available to them.
Right.
So, yeah. So we'll see.
No matter what, I'm still one to believe that a rookie should sit behind a veteran. I still believe that. I will always believe that.
Yeah, you can bet Kyle does too. That's why I'm pretty sure Jimmy stays this year. There's no way Kyle.
Well, Mike Shanahan's got something in this. Mike Shanahan is rumored to be working with Kyle, which is no secret. I think if your son's job is on the line and the 49ers put up, obviously traded off a lot of capital to get here.
Right.
You want to make sure that you can help him in every way possible, and no 49er is going to be opposed to that. So, if Kyle evolves with the type of quarterback that the league is if this dual threat quarterback is the way the league is going, Ronbo, and if Kyle Shanahan was impressed by by Allen and by Kyler Murray. And after watching, quite a bit of mobility tear apart your football team,
you might want to move in that
gotta
direction.
wonder if
right?
he's interested. Yeah. And,
He
I just
said
hope
as
that
much.
he's evolving.
So, and if he's telling the truth, Johnny, we're gonna go, John. Let's look for you tomorrow, okay?
My man, Ronbo, I appreciate you, man. Love
Thanks,
you. Love
John.
the show, man. Thank you
Thanks,
for everything
man.
you do for us, brother.
Thanks,
Good
John.
night, my man.
Good night. And Ellis.
Ronbo.
Ellis. Come on in, fam.
Oh, no.
I'm just sitting back here, man, collecting it. Because, it's like this room is going to look different. That quarterback room is going to look different in another 2. Well, no, you know what? No, it's not. It's going to look different at the end of before the cuts. After the cuts is when it changes. But we're going to see. Because you already know who's in there. It's Sudfeld, Rosen, Johnson, Garoppolo, with the rookie coming up this Thursday. So
what you asking me, bro?
The question was
who's getting cut, who's staying, who's going?
Yeah, who's going to survive
out of those gentlemen? I would
including
say
your draft pick.
Jimmy. Oh,
that gets 5 guys.
It's up in the air with Jimmy. I feel like it's Lance, and we'll probably keep Jimmy, and Jimmy's going to take a pay cut. And then so that would leave probably Sudfeld to be the third, and that would be our quarterback. It would be, Jimmy G, if he stays, Lance and Sudfeld. Or if Jimmy G's no longer with us anymore, then it'll be more than likely Lance, Sudfeld, and I don't want to say Rosen over Johnson. I will say Johnson first, but it's going to be a fight between the three of all of them. Really, I'm sure. I mean, and Sudfeld could probably lose his spot, but when I seen some tape of him, I mean, he didn't look that bad. So I don't know. Hopefully he's coming ready to work and he looks motivated.
I understand Scangarello got him in.
That's what I'm saying. So he's there for a reason. He's not just there by mistake. I know he wasn't a very attractive acquisition, but I just feel like he was there for a reason. So there's some things tied to that. So he'll have more of a secure position, but it'll be between Johnson and Rosen. As far as trying to get that next, and then somebody be on the practice squad, so they might very well all be there. You know what I mean? Because Kyle could keep one on the practice squad and keep 3 others.
Yeah, because Johnson helps him with helps the defense out, keep them in tune with the run game. So and
Lance will help him, out a lot with that too. But I know he'll be learning, and he'll be.
Yeah, you can get rid of Johnson.
There's so that's what I'm saying. That could probably be what goes on. But I know he's got to get in and get acclimated. It's going to take some time. This is just me all speaking hypotheticals, not guaranteeing that Lance is going to be there. But
if it is Lance, or if it's Fields, same thing. So
yeah, same exact thing. I put Fields in there, and he'll be the second quarterback. Either of the two would be our second quarterback, and we still decided to keep Jimmy another year. You know what I mean? And I think Kyle would want to do that anyway. I think he still wants to groom somebody. I think he'd even want to maybe groom Justin a little bit, and maybe let him come in and maybe, if not take the spot from him and just outwork him. Or maybe Jimmy could take a couple steps back, or something could happen injury wise, and it could fall into them getting put in the starting rotation right away. Whether it's Fields or Trey.
Yeah.
So,
and you mentioned Jimmy taking a pay cut. If they were going to actually, now why would they be getting a pay cut now? Are you signing some more players, or no? Actually, they're over the cap almost.
I would love to sign some more players. I mean, that would be something that, as fans, for those of us that have any question or extreme dislikes, for Jimmy, or kind of been on the fence, or even the supporters, I think it gives everybody, an extra boost to see that, he took a little bit of a pay cut, and we were able to sign maybe like a really great player in between. Yeah. And so we keep Jimmy, we get a really good player, we got a good draft pick and a quarterback. At number 3, and then the rest of our picks are obviously going to be good, man. I just saw tape on Paulson Adebo. I'm late to seeing that guy at Stanford, but he's a really great, corner. There's just so much depth. I feel like even if we get 3 corners, they're probably all going to be really good. At least that's what I'm hoping, because in seeing a lot of the mock drafts and just the availability, in corners in the later rounds, even I think we'll even have a really good shot at getting some guys. But we don't want to wait too late. But again, you know what I mean? That was just exciting to see.
Yeah, Stanford, they've got a quarterback over there that's probably going to be day 2. They say it was the number 1 prospect coming out of school.
Davis.
So, yeah, it's him.
Yeah, Davis Mills. Yeah, and then they got that other wide receiver that he was throwing to that's really fast, out of Stanford, too. He's catching balls for Davis Mills. Yeah, I can't remember his name or whatever. That was the first time I saw him, was on that pro day. And he was getting, he's really fast and looked like he has some good hands and stuff. So, yeah.
All right. I tell you.
It's looking good. Yeah, also, Ronbo, before you go, when you do go to IG, check your inbox and just follow. Just look at the last few messages that you missed, and
all right,
go from there, friend.
Because I got a lot of players I want to look at, and this will make it faster and easier. So yeah, all right.
Oh man, yeah. Shout out to oh God, I can't even shout them out because I can't remember the name exactly. But the next time I will. But you'll see the videos, fam, and these guys are doing really good work and checking out some of these prospects. So, man, they just got some really good guys from these unknown teams. But shout out to you, brother Ronbo.
All right, thanks.
I know we are at the end of.
All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the platform as always.
I appreciate that,
Make
Ellis.
sure y'all like and subscribe, man, to the Ronbo Sports channel. And hopefully we got more, as many likes as we do got in the chat. I know we don't have as many Niners in there, but if you're a Niner, man, and you haven't hit the like button on the Ronbo Sports channel, then,
Thanks, Ellis.
I'm going to save the explicits, but yeah. Peace and love, brother Ronbo.
Thanks, Ellis. Appreciate you, fam. See you
Much
tomorrow.
love, bro. Always.
All right.
Yes, sir.
And I see where it says, are we going down here? Omar, I thought we did this. Omar, thanks, Omar. Justin Field. Okay. And 49er Media, come on in.
Yo, what's going on, Ronbo?
I just sitting back here, we're sizing up what's going on, looking at the quarterbacks, and trying to look at from all the quarterbacks that are on the roster right now, and add one more. We got 5 guys, and we're wondering tonight who survives the cut.
Well, I don't know if. I think Jimmy does stay because that would just be the smart move. I think just you don't want to rush the quarterback either because playbook's pretty complicated. And I just because we're like also that win, we're a Super Bowl team as long as we're healthy. So I think that we should. But talking about quarterbacks, about like who's on the roster right now, who I think might not make. I don't think Josh Johnson really makes it because I think he was just like a camp body.
I know he's an easy guy to get out of. I didn't even put him on the photo because I figured Johnson's gone. Yeah.
And then I think that the open competition, it kind of depends what they do with the Jimmy at the end of the day, but I think that for the backup, the third string, let's say, like assuming they keep Jimmy, I think it'll be a competition between Sudfeld and Rosen.
Wait. What was that question? What, say it again?
I'm saying that basically, like, assuming they, keep Jimmy, right? Like, and they have the rookie quarterback. I think that Sudfeld and
Rosen.
Rosen, they'll compete for the last spot.
Yeah, and that only makes sense. I keep wondering, between Rosen and Sudfeld, they actually gave Sudfeld a little bit more money than I think Rosen's getting. So I'm trying to figure that one out. Actually, because Scangarello told Coach, hey, let's get Sudfeld over here. Why? He's the reason why guys lost their jobs in Philadelphia. So we'll see how that works out. But I think it's between Rosen and Sudfeld for that third spot.
Yeah, I also don't believe the Mac Jones stuff because it's just like if you look at the future stuff, the Niners don't leak the information.
Yeah.
Like nobody knew about the Ayuk pick, nobody knew about the DeForest Buckner trade. Nobody knew that about Kinlaw even, because everybody thought we were gonna go get one of those nice, shiny, new wide receivers.
Yeah.
But and I
Everybody had a
mean,
pick.
yeah, and everybody thought Quinn Williams was the pick because he went to IHOP with the 49.
But you know what got him in trouble? He ordered a salad. Who goes to IHOP and orders a salad? I would have left the restaurant and told him to pick up his own tab. Are you serious? Oh, no. So,
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
mean,
it'll be in there.
also I think that they haven't really done, at least of what we've heard, right? They haven't done much, it sounds like, with Mac Jones, right? That they've been definitely in ties with Lance and Fields. I mean, you can even like the picture at the workout, even like Shanahan and him were super close. I mean, even the QB collective, even though that was a long time ago, Shanahan at least knows the type of guy he's been throughout. And I think he'll go with the familiar guy in Justin Fields because he's done that before, with signing Alex Mack, Pierre Garcon, even Trent Williams. So he goes a lot with the familiar guy.
Before the media, how familiar is he? He had him as a child in a camp. I think I'm not sure if we're not making too much of that. Lots happened between when he was just a kid and now.
Well, I
he's probably-
get that, but I just think he can kind of be able to see if like Fields has grown and
Yeah.
he's at least familiar with Fields.
At least to that degree. I saw something about Trey Lance also having a relative, and I gotta go back and look at that report. I glanced over something. Trey Lance has a connection with the 49ers too.
I mean, yeah, John Beck's been working with both of them, and then
Not
I guess
Beck.
his parents.
That's one thing. Oh, maybe.
Yeah, his parents have been talking to the Niners.
But they keep making these little connections because at the end of the day, it's going to be about your football prowess that the 49ers are going to pull you in on. But it's funny to see these other kind of human interest stories they seem to be running around the players, right?
Yeah.
We're going to see a lot more between now and Thursday night anyway, though. Hey, 49 Media, great. I think it's the first time we've talked. I haven't talked in a long time. Let's
Yeah,
say
I've never been on the show. This is my first time.
All right, great to meet you. Let's get together tomorrow, as we're going to do this all week long.
All right.
All right. Have a good night.
All right, man. Thanks for having me. Have a good night.
Anytime. All right. And we zoom on over to Norm, who's not in the middle of a meal. He's actually waltzing through the house.
I'm actually looking for my remote so I can turn off this dumb thing.
I thought you had one of the kids jumped up and
You find the remote. Find the remote. Go ahead, press that mute button real quick. And it's Niners all day.
Yes.
And it's Sunday. Wow. And I was at the end of my meal. I was just, I don't want to show it to you. It's just like, it was a boil. I had a seafood boil. You know what I mean, Dad?
Okay.
I had to wash the hands, you feel me?
Hey, those are always good. That reminds me of my grandmother's food, man. All that gumbo and everything else she used to do. You know what? The thing is, though, I thought, because like if you got like a little brother or a child in the house and you walked away for a minute and had a big piece of pizza on your plate, you come back, the old hide the pizza trick. Hey, which one of y'all? Bring me my food. Don't make me come back and get it.
I definitely had enough for everybody, though. You feel me? And I can't eat unless everybody else eats. So I'm not that type of person.
There you go.
But yeah, speaking of eating, though, so these Niners they eating. And the meal is prepared. The meal is being set before the presence of our enemies, and yet we ourselves are still wondering how that's going to happen.
Everybody's got an idea, Norm.
The anticipation.
The thing is, and take that in its stride also with everything that you've heard tonight, we've had some outrageously fun things said tonight. And Big Show led the parade, and Mike went completely off the track and into the water. I said, Mike compared my boy Mac to Joe Montana. I said, oh,
and y'all thought
boy.
I wasn't gonna come in here and add some salt into this gumbo? Y'all tripping, man.
Oh God.
Man.
Norm,
And I still don't know. I still don't know who they. I can't tell
nobody
you a
does.
particular name.
We made a particular big deal out of that. People be lying. Reporters are doing anything they can to get attention. The 49ers have made a decision. Oh, you click. Yes, it's going to be between.
The Niners have made a
Oh,
decision, Ronbo.
you ain't
The Niners
said
did make a
nothing.
decision. The Niners made a decision a long time ago. It was to catch the entire NFL in Genjitsu. And the rest of us are like, some of us who are not caught in it. And the most of us that are. The many faithfuls that are caught in the same Genjitsu the NFL is. I've caught myself in many Genjitsus since I've been here. So I have to admit that. I can't just sit here and throw stones. I live in a glass house. I was actually caught in the I was caught in the
create your own
Genjitsu
Genjitsu. No, I'd love to hear your imagination.
One of the Genjitsus I was caught in was the comparisons of quarterbacks of this draft compared to quarterbacks of the past. Like some were comparing Justin Fields to like the prime Cam Newton, and comparing Mac Jones to like Phillip Rivers and Matt Ryan, which we all know Kyle Shanahan likes Matt Ryan. So if you don't like Mac Jones, you better be careful of that.
See,
just saying.
You're setting yourself up to scare yourself. Exactly.
Right. And I don't want to set myself up to be scared about who they're going to get, because I think the only quarterback that I'd be looking for is a balanced type quarterback. Oh, I'm sorry. Is a balanced type quarterback. You feel me? A balanced quarterback, a speedy guy.
And please be able to orchestrate from the pocket.
Stay there.
Yes.
He can move. He can stay. He can move around. He can move the pocket.
Because Norm, I don't want to see Debo standing down the field all by himself with his hands up, and I got the quarterback running for his life up the field, and they damn near killed him, and he missed the first down by about 2 yards. I said, come on, man.
So it's like that was one of the things that Cal liked in his offense. That's when his offense really started to really show. It's like when he had a quarterback that could move the pocket and be able to get up out of there. You feel me? Or be able to just put it in the right place, because you can wipe the Ayuk off their face, or you can you can have Debo move the chains, you feel me? Or have Kittle, have him smell what the Rock is cooking. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever you want with this offense. You got to get a quarterback who knows that, and that's what the quarterback they need to go get. You feel me? And I can't say a name because, like I said before, all these guys are good.
I know people get
all
mad.
These guys are good. This is the best quarterback class we've had. You feel me? But I can't just say a particular name and then find out that this guy is not the guy that they were looking for. You feel me? Don't
let that. No, that cannot happen. Don't even speak it into existence. We cannot have a fail here. This has got to be the right guy. And Big Show says
it's got to be the right guy because Kyle Shanahan's job is on the line. Of course, you don't think they didn't wake up yesterday and think about that? Like, that's. And you know what? The tension that I'm seeing in the Empire is just, it's the anticipation. It's a big anticipation because we know this team is set up to win. Everybody in the franchise knows this team is set up to win. And one slip up can send this foundation that we got can really ruffle this house, man.
Oh God, it'd be so bad, especially in 2 years.
I feel what all these fans is talking about. I don't feel like nobody is wrong. I just feel like everybody is so right that the rightness just conflicts with each other, and you get these, you get this going on.
You get different levels of right.
Yeah, different levels of mess.
No,
just like
we're gonna go because I got hungry sitting there. We've been there for a while. I didn't realize. But no, let me see tomorrow because you ain't no telling how many lies are gonna be told tonight. In the early morning hours, because that's what the media does right now to get people going. It's like their job to keep people all pumped up and going in the wrong direction. So, it's comical.
Niners fans, release yourselves from this genjitsu. And regardless of what you say, it's Niners all day.
There he is.
Shout out, Ronbo. It's always good to be here, man.
Oh, I love having you too, man. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. All right, Norm.
All right.
Have a good night.
You too.
Oh, God. So there it is. A Sunday done. Quicker we get these days out of the way, the better. So we get to Tuesday and Wednesday. Oh, it's draft night. As we sit there saying, oh, man. I can see people even sitting up in the house with holding up, especially if they do like they did last year with going to people's houses and putting them on a screen or anything. But I think it's going to be in-house this time. Goodell's talking like they're going to be in-house. They're saying that players have shots and everything, or people get their vaccinations. Goodell is going to allow hugging after you get picked. Because Goodell says, I'm not doing that thing we did last year. I almost died. Remember Goodell was reading off names from his easy chair? The dude's body just gave out on him. So Goodell's not going to do all 3 days. I'm sure they're going to have somebody in first day. Goodell's going to do first day, hugging included. And then, of course, the second day of the draft and third day of the draft is going to be somebody else to come in, or a bunch of people come in and just take it over. So anyway, fam, we will do Monday Night Raw. We'll be here Tuesday, Wednesday, and of course, Thursday. Razor is going to join me for draft night as we bumped off each other. Had a lot of fun last time we did that together. So, yeah. I don't, vicious species, I'm good. I'm worn out here, right? You tell. I'll see you tomorrow. That like, fam. I love them likes. And thanks for your contributions tonight, fam. Always appreciated. I know.